Hello, Blitz fans! Wow. Yes, it's Bernie Booth on here, and it feels or seems like an age since we last had a Blitz TV episode. And I just want to apologise due to COVID, due to work and real life. I just have not had the time to be able to get everybody on the show, get it all sorted, get it all processed, and sadly get the shows on. Also, obviously, we cover at the moment there is obviously coming up to winter now in the UK. It looks like we might be getting a second peak of COVID, what obviously is sadly happening in quite a few places in the world already. So it's trying times for everybody. But luckily, I've got a Blitz TV show for you today. Obviously, the seven weeks of the season is finished. Well, we've got a bit of a different show for you today. First of all, we've got a really good we've got two under the microscopes for you on this show. We've got one with Beerz, obviously the big boss of Blitz itself, where we talk about his team, but basically he goes more on about how Blitz came about, what his plans are, and everything else. It's a really, really good, insight into Beerz and what he wants to do in Blitz. That's a really good thing to listen to. We've also got another under the microscope what I did a few days ago with Idimarko, having a word with him, because he came to Blitz this season, so he's brand new, never played it before. So we have a talk to him about his team, what his plans are for next season, and what did he like, didn't like, or anything else about obviously Blitz. We've got I'm glad to say we've got a battle of the coaches as well. Idimarko takes on Shaker Dog. That was a very good battle of the coaches as well. And what else have we got? And also, as a thank you for your patience, I am going to be revealing snippets of next season later on in the show. Well, basically, just give you an idea what the new theme's going to be, if you guys haven't already guessed yet, and a few of the things you can look forward to next season. There's going to be some amazing things, and again, the board, I believe, my fellow colleagues have all got together and come up with what I think will make it even better than this season just gone by. And if that wasn't enough, the playoffs, we've got the 8 teams for the playoffs, and we're going to have a precap of the quarterfinals. And I have 3 of our Blitz coaches with us for that. I've got obviously myself, I've got Dragoon, I've got Zerplis, and I've also got the Necro Police coach Overkill with us as well. So we've got that on the show as well. So we've got plenty. The big news probably with the way COVID's going, and we don't know what's going to happen next season. Blitz TV will be each episode will be fortnightly, basically because obviously I've got less time, and unfortunately a lot of my coaches who I want to get on have less time as well. So we're thinking if we go to the 2 weeks, it does mean you'll get only half of the episodes, but I just honestly believe there'll be better shows for it. Obviously, I need these news stories, get them in, because that's one thing, Blitz TV want. They really want the stories in. Also, obviously, hopefully we'll have some more good Blitz battle of coaches for next season, as well as under microscope, and a few other things we're thinking on as well. Right then, so without further ado then, let's get on with it. And the first part of the show is under the microscope. The first part is between me and Beerz, and this is a good listen, so enjoy. Right then, have I got a treat for you now? In Under the Microscope, we have the one and only, the corrupt commissioner, the corrupt boss, whatever we're going to call him, the rich dude who runs things. It is Beerz. Afternoon, kind sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Blitz TV, everybody. I have stepped in. Hello.
See, you're so happy. You seem so happy. You obviously haven't drunk enough yet. Great to have you on the show. Everybody's been asking when's Beerz coming. I said I'll get him on. Don't you worry. I feel a bit lucky. We had Thunder on last week's episode, obviously doing his thing, and now we've got obviously the big man himself, Beerz. So, how is things? How you've taken this season? How do you think it's going?
It's going. Let's just, I'm doing things that I've never done before, and the joy of Blitz is you get to, well, in my case, with the probably the worst coalition in mixed league, I get to make a new team up every year and play a different style every season. So, but this year is just right over my head when I built this team.
See, I quite like the team. I think it's quite got a good mix. It just hasn't fired. I mean, I was like tearing my hair out when I streamed your last game against the Poachers. Your team seemed to seemed like someone came on the pitch, paid them a lot of money to throw the game, and then you was like, you know what, 2 mansions, yeah, why not? Everything just seemed to go wrong. I mean, your tentacle guy, let him go at 10, 15. I think he got bought myself personally.
Oh, what did he have? 4 or 2, or what did he have?
I can't remember what it was.
4 dice or 6 dice on the guy.
Oh,
I can't even remember.
Couldn't get him down, could you? You just could not get that.
Nope. And the captain failed us. And then he lets him go.
Disgraceful.
I was like, you do the big, beautiful dodge,
yeah,
but you can't punch a stink.
Exactly. And then he had the audacity to let him go through his tentacles. I mean, what's all that about?
Oh, the playbook was out the window at that point. Well, the captain doesn't want to play by the book. I'm done.
Disgraceful, wasn't it? Disgraceful.
And then he failed to dodge again, and I was like,
Yeah, it just.
Yeah, we had a chance there, just couldn't.
Just couldn't punch it in.
Zerpus's Keslev player just kept coming at us. I kept forgetting he was strength 4. So every time Buffalo Bill moved up, I was like, oh yeah, he's strength 4. Damn, 2 dice. Oh, well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Blitz is so crazy. There's so much going on, isn't there? And you only get the 2 minutes, so it's like you're trying to think of everything, and sometimes you forget things like that.
2 minutes doesn't bug me though, not very often.
Yeah. No. So Blitz then. What made you?
Blitz, Blitz,
Blitz, baby. What made? How did Blitz come along then? Let's start with that. That's the easiest thing. How did Blitz come along?
Well, actually, I think I was sitting at home one night, and I think it was right around the New Year, just after the New Year, and I get a message from Preach because I got something to run by you. Yeah, okay, shoot. And he think about starting up a mixed league. Because Legendary had just dropped and all that jazz. And I said, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Well, what's your idea? And then he broke it all down, and my jaw hit the ground. I was like, wow, this could be something that's never been done before.
Yep.
That I know a lot of people have thought about it, a little bits and pieces of what we're doing, people have thought of. Wouldn't it be cool to do this? Wouldn't do this? And, I've seen tournaments where, teams are drafted to their pools and and that's not, and I'm like, I got to thinking, I'm like, wow, this man, we could do this and this and this and this and this. And he's like, yeah, we can do this and this and this. And the two of us just started talking, and then we brought some more guys on board, and next thing you know, first season come, and it was quite the hype. We had 32 for the first season, 32 teams for season 1 and 2, I believe. I think season 3 we dropped off, and then it kind of died out. It started to die down a bit, and then Preach handed the reins over to me because pretty much it was just me left,
right? Okay.
holding up the wall here, and I just got going with this, and I was like, we gotta do something. We gotta change a bit here, and some people liked it, some people didn't, and that's fine. We can't please everybody, but from his ideas from the beginning to now, I think this product that we've put out there is something nobody can touch. What we're doing is just crazy. And if we had a few other tweaks that Cyanide would be nice to give us, i.e. transfer market, it could ramp up what this is. It could actually 100% at that point feel as if you're actually running a team in real life, which was the goal from the beginning. I wanted you all to make everybody feel as if they were the guy sitting in the big office going, okay, I got a guy hurt, I need to bring somebody in. Okay, I got this man. That's the point. And I think we've achieved it between the two of us over the 9 seasons now? We're in the 9th season, aren't we?
Yeah.
So That's how it came about.
I remember when I came about and started playing it, and I'd obviously had a plan, and I built up to the perfect spot because I was obviously following the like the blueprint of obviously make on money. And then we got to the next season, like, right, this is the season we dominate. And then it was like, no, we're changing it all. We're changing the full thing. It was like, no, this is our glory. This is my time. And you know, I see. I like the way the Preach wanted to do it. So as I said to Preach, I said, yeah, I like the way you do it. But the problem we had was the numbers said otherwise, that we needed to tweak it, make it fresh, get the draft back to mean something. So obviously, I agree with you. Something had to be changed, and I think the numbers sort of say that you got it right. I'd like to.
Well, that's the only in the 9 seasons we've been doing that. That's the only regret I have so far is every season seems like something's changed, or you know, okay, how we ran it's changed. Okay, this is changed. That's the only regret I got. You know. We're talking about team services. I know in the last episode, you and Thundon were talking about it.
Yep.
And that's fluff. That's the team services are put out there to make it feel like, okay, I don't just have to buy players and stadiums and rerolls. I can have this toy and this toy and maybe I gotta. You can start to see how it goes in with running a franchise, which is the idea behind it. But that was my main, I think, of everything that's happened so far. I think that's my regret. Just too many, but that's going to happen. This thing's constantly changing. There's so many levels to it, and we do have our hands tied on certain things, whereas other sides we don't, right? But keeping it fresh is always, like, even season 2, season 3. That's when I started to realize it's getting dull. Right, everybody's keeping their thing. Bank accounts are going up. We recognize that. The old board, when Jim and Momo and a few other guys, Preach was around, and Shots and a few other guys were around, we recognized, okay, bank accounts are skyrocketing. Yeah. Because guys are just replacing little bits, and it's not really hurting them too bad because there's nothing else to spend money on. So if they wanted to drop a 300 on a big player this season, they could, because it's not going to hurt them. Plus, the Bank of Waldorf was paying out. So a lot of changes had to happen, and I think from the beginning, you know, we didn't test the product we came up with, and so I think that's why we've had a lot of changes, because we're learning as we go, right? Like that's the thing, and we're trying to keep it fresh. We're trying to keep guys engaged because let's be fair, mixed league isn't for everybody, right? Probably a low percentage of the people that play Blood Bowl, Tabletop War online. Mixed league isn't their thing. It's not their jam. Yeah. So how do you keep people interested that this isn't really their jam? We give them a product that's just like, wow, what, really? You could do that? Oh, geez, wow. Yeah. You know, so that's why I think things have always changed. I think we're there now. We've got good things, so little minor tweaks here and there. You know, I think it's going to happen, but the major changes I think are done now.
Yeah, I mean the thing was, it's like when I spoke to a few people. And it's the same with Gio as well. I mean, when I spoke to Gio, and he says, look, because I said to Gio, I said, look, Blitz is made for you. And he's like, well, mixed team isn't my bag. And I that was one of the things I was, when I tried to get some of the big names involved, like Halmer and obviously Gio, like I said, and players like that, is they was put off with a mixed team. But then, like Gio, they watched some of the streams and saw how fun and crazy it was and what they can do. And also, like, you know what, we want to be part of that. So, you know, because it wasn't just about the game. You got all these crazy characters. You could have your own stories, your own news bulletins now, and obviously, you know, and build a franchise. And, you know, and if your team did get wrecked, then next season you can get another one. So, you know, I think, you know, it's just trying to get through to people. Look, it's just not mixed teams. It's so much more than that. And if they get past that, then, you know, it's fine. Like, for instance, Blood and Tea is one. It's very, very normal sort of like mixed team league, but you're only allowed, say you're allowed 2 ward dancers, you're like 50%, so I only get 1, where I can only get like 1 white or something. That would not interest me, because I don't play mixed teams. I don't like mixed teams, really. But to me, Blitz is so much more than just mixed teams. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be involved in it, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. That's something that I dealt with Jim.
Yeah.
Jim he joined it. He thought it was great. The concept was great. Yada yada yada. But mixed teams weren't his jam.
Yeah.
So he came along, and he's like, you know what? It's just not my jam. Plus, everything was kind of dull. So Jim stopped playing. He passed his team on, and I think Cavalier Archer took over the team at the time.
Right.
And then eventually, I forget who he had Colorado Cult with him as his coach.
Right.
And Colorado got busy in real life, so he had to drop out. So they was like, we'll just move along. We'll come back and if we can. I know Cavalier Archer's thinking about it. I hope I got the right name. But they're thinking about bringing it back. They played all elves too, just like Scars, right? Or Skaz, or however you pronounce it, right?
Yep.
But that's the thing, right? Like, that was one thing I know when this all started. That was the big thing in my head. Jim said it. I think Thunden even said it. There's a few other ones, and I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But you got to remember, we're only pitching this to a certain percentage, and to get past that percentage, the product has to be like mind-boggling, or not mind-boggling, but mind-blowing and jaw-dropping, because it's mixed league, and people just don't get it. Like, I've seen the rules for B&T and whatever, but I don't. It's all right. It's fun. I know a few guys are having fun with it. Fine, cool, no problem. Awesome, good work. What we're doing is we're going to take that, and we're going to take this league and this league's and this league's things, and we're just going to blow them out of the water with a product that's just crazy. And that's crazy. It's fun. Yes, a little more things go in this than the regular MML, and I'm fine with that as long as it's not over the top.
Yep.
But that's the thing, though. What we've done is it is over the top. So I expect that. You know what I mean? Like, I expect people to play, oh, well, this game's kind of over. Son of a, no, you know what? Let's do something crazy. Woo! Oh, there goes the ogre leaping over, running over and smacking a guy in the face. Well, whatever. That was fun. Right? That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Because, in the end of the day, everybody gets to keep their 5 players.
Yep.
Plus a few if they can. But anyways, so you've got your core. So I remember somebody saying, well, Blitz had, it was a life, it was an organism. The way it worked, everything had a purpose, everything had a story. And I think we lost that for a bit. I think we're definitely getting it back now.
Yeah.
And I know last week you didn't have any Blitz news. I was like, oh, come on, guys, let's get going. There's tons of things guys can do. But I think there's where we are right now, everybody's just kind of trying to digest. Well, we got, 9 new teams this season? They're trying to digest what the heck's going on. Oh, geez. Okay, well, we're mid-season. Now what do I got to do? Oh, I better get back to the it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I think, though, what we've done, I mean, we've changed we've changed so much of these 2 seasons. But I think... I suppose I'm giving the board members a pat on the back here, but it seems like although it's changed, it's been changed so it's still easier to new players to come in and follow what they need to do. Because all the new players, and we had a lot of new players come in this season, they all seem to pick it up pretty well. I know Scars was a bit worried about, he's like, oh my god, I might not be able to figure this out, and he had no problem in the end. But I think we're trying to get a fun product, but at the same time, we're taking away the confusion, like, oh my god, this is so hard to digest, what am I doing, I can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? It's so streamlined, like so easy, and obviously we'll always help them if they get stuck anyway, but I was really impressed.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When Preach handed this over to me 2 seasons ago, or 3 seasons ago now, when he handed it over to me, my main goal, simplify. Go through the rules and simplify the snot out of them. I.e., I can't read worth of crap. I don't understand logics. I'm no lawyer, man. All right, so I'm going to dumb it down so I understand it, which that's going to be a good 80% of everybody else can understand it. So I went through and I quickly, and this was just, I think I had 2 guys. I think I had Ran and Jim and I think Dio left in the board with me, and everybody else was kind of gone. Everybody was just, nobody really cared anymore at that point. I was running it on my own. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through. I'm digesting these down. I'm gonna simplify the snot out of this crap. So I went through and I simplified it. I didn't change anything at that time. I think what Preach and the rest of us had done seasons before were great. So I was just simplify. So I did that, And then I was like, okay, well, how can we spruce things up? Because my next goal was, this thing needs to be fresh. The number one draw that makes this different, and I've only ever heard one complaint about it, was the draft. The draft makes this so different than everywhere else.
Yeah.
So much different, because it opens up doors to this, to that, and it's cool. I can do this and this, and like there's just so many avenues with it. So I wanted to focus on the draft, getting it revamped, making it part of a franchise. Right?
Yeah.
The drafts are franchises is the number one thing to a franchise. Well, players going to retire. Right now, we don't have a problem with that because we don't have retirements in Blitz unless doctor tells them you better be retired. Your legs are up by your ears. Go home. Right? So we don't have that like normal league does.
Yeah.
So the point of it all was I wanted freshness. So, i.e., in came the keeper rule. A lot of people did. Some people didn't like it because it's fantasy league. Well, it's not designed to be fantasy league. What it's designed to do is, A, make you think. I can only keep 4, now 5 players.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh, man. What do I got to do now? I'm looking at my team. Who are these 11 guys am I going to keep? If they all survive, of course. Right? It makes you think. You're the manager. I want you to think. If you're not thinking, then we're doing something wrong as the board. Our design's wrong. Because I got a draft as well. Well, if I put this guy, if I let him go and goes back to the draft, I got a good shot at getting him. Okay, I'll take that gamble. You see what I mean? We got to keep your wheels turning. We got to keep you thinking. So that was the point when I took over. I was like, okay, go through the rules, dumb it down a bit, simplify some things. I thought some things were a little aggressive, so I kind of toned it down a bit. But at the same time, I kept a lot there. And then I was like, okay, draft number 1's got to get revamped. And number 2, how do I do it?
Right.
And that's what I did. I reached out to a couple of former players. And I was like, okay, what would you have done? And it was all the same thing. So I was like, you know what? This is a fair bet. That's what I'm going to go with. And then once you came on and DMD came on, and then Dragoon and NTB, we really got going. Yeah. I think right now we have a product that I think is stable. And I think what we're doing, I don't see any major things happening. You know, tweak here, a tweak there. Well, that's what happens. That's normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think we're where we need to be, aren't we? We're after this season. I'd like to think, unless there's a major improvement or something majorly needs changing, we'll be all right. I hope.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know. But it seems, like I said, we've already got a couple of people already wanting to join next season already. And we know 2 people. I know 2 people who do anyway. So, and then there's,
we just got one in last night. Jimmy Mac's brother.
Yep.
But that's the thing. That's what shows what we're doing. They're understanding it. They're easy to grasp. It's a product everybody's enjoying. They're telling brothers. They're telling friends. Right. So that's what makes it enjoyable for me. Especially through a few dark seasons where it was just me. I was doing everything. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to put that on anybody else. I'm just stating, you know, I was doing, you know, 100 hours worth of stuff for Blitz because I enjoyed it. I thought what Preach gave to me day 1, I thought this could work. And I knew it could work. And it was just a learning curve through the seasons of what needed to be done. And I think we have. This season proves it. 9 guys come in. 1 was an original played in season 1 to 3.
Yeah.
So say 8 new guys, and they all picked it up brilliantly. Now they've got to learn how to actually play the game. And holy shit, this is crazy because you don't see these teams. Like they're insane. Look at my team. Seriously, look at my team.
I mean,
who the heck sees a Chaos Nurgle team look like that?
I mean, it's like, I think Scars had a strength 4 war dancer, and I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It's like, that's a strength 4 war dancer. In any other league, a strength 4 war dancer would be like going, oh my god, what a great piece. But in Blitz, it's like, yeah, so you got a strength 4 leaper, I've got a Gio's got a strength 5 leap and ogre, big deal. You know what I mean? It is like,
I got an AG5 Pestigore.
Yeah. So it's like, it's crazy, and it's like, you've got to like, sort of like, get your head around that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, like I said, obviously Thunder came back. He seemed to be enjoying his comeback. He was saying to me it's nice and fresh, and he knows what we're trying to do. And the feedback I've got back, because I ask a lot of people, I say, look, just be honest with me, is there anything we can change, is there anything you like? And, everyone seems to be having fun, everyone likes it, and that's good, because like I've said, and I think the community understand that, we value their opinion really highly, because if you guys are not having fun, then it ain't gonna work. So, as I said before,
exactly, that's something I think I learned in the first, 1 to 5 seasons, and it's nothing against anybody, but I felt that, no, the community does have a voice, and I am going to listen. Now, going from what they say, I take it as a grain of salt, but at the same time, some of it, that's got some grit to it. No, give me that. That's my idea.
Yeah.
And I roll with it, right? But that's what I'm really enjoying. How the community's really taken off the last couple seasons, right? Like the decals that Idimarko's putting out is insane.
Oh, are they
those things are just freaking insane, man. Like I'm like, how can I get those next to the teams on bloody site? How am I going to do this? And I suck with computers, so I'm like, I'm pulling hair out and going bald up top now from doing it.
I'm like you. I so wish I was technical, because my brain has all these ideas, but then it's like computers and technology. I'm like, nah.
Exactly same. Nah. I'm like, what if I do? How do I do it? I don't know how to make a video and send it to Bernie for. I'll read your news. Oh no, I don't know how to do videos, and I can do it. No, I'll screw it up, and I'll just come in as like a blob or something. Today I'm like, nah, this isn't happening. No. Let me seek an adult, honey. I need some, or go get my kid. You can figure it out. Oh yeah, Dad. Well, thank you.
Well, I mean, I'd like to say, I think everybody's enjoyed it. My only concern is that when all these play services, I've seen a few of them already. I haven't really replied to them, because I like you've said before, where we all get together, we could all chat. I think we do a lot better that way. But I've read a few of them, and especially what I think NTB was on about, and that looked pretty. That seemed to have wheels on it or legs on it.
Don't tell anybody yet.
Should I not have said that? Yeah, but well, if anyone's watching the show, at least they deserve to get a little snippet. I've got a really good idea, although I think it's a bit similar to the NTB one, but it's got something to do with hantavirus. That's all I'm going to say. Obviously, hantavirus is Cockroach's player. Oh yes, hantavirus.
If it had something to do with Serious Jest, I would have been all over it. I would have called Deal. Yeah, go ahead, backstab him, get him.
I can't. He pays me vast amount of money in mansions to not be able to pick him. And I forgot, because obviously when I did the recap on Pro, I kept saying he was a bye week. So I was like, yeah, we've got this, Jester, we've got this. I had Curse in you, and then I forgot about the Curse, and I tipped him against Fox, and he lost. And I'm like, oh no, so in trouble.
That was true for that. It was a good job, Fox. Good job.
Like great. But
anytime Chaos beats Chester,
but yeah, I mean,
everybody knows I
can't wait for the player services. I'm just concerned if we're going to have enough money for everything. That's my only concern.
Point.
Oh no, man.
What's the point of that, though?
What is
the point of that? I know, but what's the point? I want you to think.
I got it. I got it.
I know if I don't drop 120K on this guy and I just grab a rookie instead, I can get that service. I want options. I want you to think. I want everybody to look at their team and go, damn, I got to think. This sucks. Freaking Beersy making me think again. That's what I want.
I'm going to go
because I do it.
I'm going to go to the Beerz corruption school and learn how you extort the money from the coaches. Then I'll be all right. Or go and get a loan off Foxy. He's got all the money, hasn't he? 3K
I give it to those little beastmen down the street that got matted hair. I give it all to them. Okay? Go get your hair straight and get them fixed, kids. Yeah, you go tap them on the horns, give them a little kick on the little fluffy tail. Right? Hope you grow a big tail, big boy. Right, off you go.
For people who are saying, hey man, when are we going to get the news on these player services? Can we say anything? Will they get at the end of the season? Will there be snippets getting dropped near playoffs?
Yes, I'm hoping for the end of the season. If not, it will be before the championship. Everybody will have time. And if we don't get them all out, we don't get them all out, but we'll get something out. We'll get the 4. We're going to look at the 4 that we have right now, Can't say what's going to happen, but we are looking at the 4. My goal is the end of the season, if not before the championship game, to get something out.
Yeah.
These things, we don't want to go wrong with them. We don't want them to be, not too game-changing. It's more fluffy and more hee. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I see the comments. I see what everybody's saying. I see, well, it sucks that inducements are limited. Yeah, it does. Not being able to take a wizard when you're 1,300 down. Yeah, sure, that sucks.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't like it, propose something to us. Give me something.
Well, I mean, there is a sponsor.
Right? You know what I mean? That's the thing. There is a sponsor. Take it, but it's different. But you know what I mean? That's the thing. Yeah. Everybody can come to me. Wide open door. I'm an open door. I mean, if I like it, it's got some dirt. I'll take it. We'll go.
One of the coaches, I want to say it was Scars, but it might have been somebody else. But someone was saying, look, it's really hard when you got only 11 players or 10 players plus a loaner and you can't take mercenaries. And someone turned around and said, but
Scars.
Yeah, take the sponsor. Then you've got mercenaries. You can't come round and say, oh no, I can't take mercenaries, because that's not true. You can take them, but you've got to take the sponsor.
There's two sponsors that take mercenaries.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm not allowed on Battle of the Coaches. There's 2 sponsors. I'm yelling I'm watching every single episode, all 3 right now. I'm already ticked off. You and Thunden are now on the list. I am Canadian, not American, by the way. Don't worry. That one hit home. Yeah, that hit home. Wait till I see that Thunden guy. Got a radio voice, do ya? Not anymore. But that's why I can't do it, because I'm like, there's 2 sponsors right away that you can get mercenaries.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Wizard wasn't here last season. The Wizard's back.
Yeah.
Now the Wizard actually pays you.
Yeah.
When your opponent uses the Wizard against you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now you got to spend $400K to get it if you're new, but there's a goal. Yeah. Work for the goal, just like Thunden said last week. There's goals. Once you achieve that goal, you feel good, and that's what I want is everybody thinking, and B, that's the drive of franchises. A new franchise starts out in whatever sport, and they're like, we got to take some runts over here and a runt over there and a crippled over there, or Beerzy over there because he's an ugly guy, so way you go, get on the team.
But NTB's done the same thing, don't they? NTB's gone, look, I'm building for the future, so I'm going to have to take a lot of the small little guards this season. But again, I think it's more so with experiences. But that's when I said to you about the mercenaries, we had it as level 4, what obviously does not help the newer races, and that's why I said, look, I want a level 2 mercenaries, because then everybody can afford it if they want mercenaries. So if someone comes to me and says, look, this is BS, I can't have mess. I was like, no, you can have them. You chose not to take them. There's a big difference.
You can't blame us for how you run your franchise. You have to take responsibility. And that's Blitz, baby. That's Blitz.
But it's the experience, though. Now, for instance, I apologize for his Scars, but obviously it's because he said it. Others have said it, but
well, he's learning, and that's fine.
Yeah. And this is what he'll learn now. He will now learn for next season. Oh, right, I might change to mercenaries now because I really could have done with them. Because elves are good in Blitz. They are really good.
Thunden proved that. Jim proved that. Cavalier Archer in Colorado proved that. I think they had a really good season. I can't remember if they made playoffs or not. But they had a good season. Right? They would have loved having the Roughnecks. They would have loved having that as their sponsor. Right? Or the new Wizard. I know the Wizard Guild got dumbed down, but it was OP. It had to be. You can't have wizards and a free doctor. Come on. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you can always tell when something's OP when loads of people go for it.
Nah, popcorn. I'm ready to throw that damn thing right out the window. Hey, I burnt the popcorn. Good. Peace. You're out. You know what I mean?
I will not be staying with popcorn. That has haunted me for many seasons.
The design behind it, when Preach made it, was to help new franchise kind of catch up a bit to the old franchise. Because back then, franchises were just going right up the scale with gold and teams and crazy and insane players because they could. Now it's a little more difficult. Yeah. Right? I don't know how the new sponsor payouts are going to work with our new loyalty system, but it's a new curve. Try it. Let's see what happens. Let's have some fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So
Some
Like
people.
the perfect example, since we're under a microscope, is my team. And here's the perfect example of this. Now, the reason why I know you're going to ask me, so I'll just go ahead and take over the mic now because I can. Why did you pick Chaos God selection? Well, here's a funny story. You know why I took the Chaos Gods? Because of Harry Warthog. When Blitz first was announced before season 1, everybody was, oh yeah, new mixed leagues, yeah, this looks crazy. And we had the whole 32 coaches shooting and chatting and carrying on. And I remember Harry going, I don't see anybody ever taking Chaos Gods. Who wants to play just Chaos and Nurgle? Like, who wants to do that? There's look at all these other. It's so what? Who's going to do that? I'm like, sir, challenge accepted. And I took them, and they are hard to They are hard to play. Like, if you don't go the 8, like I ran 6 seasons or 7 seasons. I ran 8 warriors, 3 beastmen. You know, like guard splattered everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't run that way with this team, with 2 out of your 3 beastmen as agility, ball carrying kind of options, and 1 killer, this team struggles. Struggles against the elf teams. It struggles against the chaos pack. It struggles against superior beings. It struggles against all of them. Even Rez and Geo, this team would struggle against. This collation, not this team.
Yeah.
They're probably, in my opinion, after 9 seasons of playing the bloody bastards, they are the hardest coalition to play. Somebody, I think it was Laser Trip, joined me and took them. He played 1 season, 2 tops, and then he stopped playing them, and he actually had some real life stuff, so he stopped MML too. You know, cool little side story, but. He said to me when he was done, he's like, okay, I got this coming up. Okay, yeah, no problem. He goes, that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm like, this collation is a freaking nightmare. Yeah, it's cool, though, when you see 8 warriors splat across the line of scrimmage.
See, to me, being obviously a Chaos Nurgle player, I just look at all the death and destruction I could cause with 8 killers.
That's what I thought. And I had 8 warriors, 8 guard, and 2 or 3 warriors that were classified close enough to killers.
Oh my god!
Plus Billy Onehorn. Billy Onehorn's been there since season 1. Him, Dr. Shots, and I think that's it actually. Yeah, those 2 are originals from season 1, still on the team. Dr. Shots used to be right.
Wow.
But they are so hard. Because when I remember playing Jimmy, I remember playing with his elves. I remember playing. I've only made the playoffs once with this team, and I got absolutely freaking destroyed. I couldn't keep up. Dark elves running all over the pitch, like, we're woodies today. And I'm like, see ya, peace.
I mean, to be fair,
let us know what that end zone feels like. Like, I couldn't do it.
This does look like a nice team. This really, I mean, you look at all the stats.
This team's sexy as hell. Come on, Bernie, man. Look at this. My nipple's getting hard looking at it. Come on.
It's a good team, you know. So, like I said, it's a bit unfortunate because obviously 1 game was obviously admin, wasn't it? So, and then, like I said, I was scratching my head. He just didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't pay off last week. And I honestly thought he was going to win that one. You know,
to be fair, when I played week 1 against Berzo, I turned him over turn 1.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I love this team. Look at this. Look at dodgy, no problem. Dodgy. Strip ball, boop, my ball. And I couldn't do anything with it. Every game, this team, same with my reborn team. I can first draw or the first half, I'm like, yes, I'm stopping them. I'm doing things. And they score. I'm like, what the hell just happened, guys? Like, we were stopping them. We had the ball. How would the What? I throw the clipboard over my knee. I throw it out the frickin' over behind the bench. I hit the cheerleader in the head last time. I'm probably going to get sued, but that's besides the point. And I'm like, come on. And then against Zerpless last week, I'm like,
man.
Okay. I tried to stall. And you know what? And I'm going to say it now. And all the new coaches and people that play Blood Bowl like me, don't freaking stall, man. Just score. Oh my God! If I would have scored, I would have been up 1-0, and well, then I would have had to deal with that damn heat, like you said in your broadcast. The heat's the worst damn thing. But for me, it worked. I turned around. I was like, okay, I didn't score. My beautiful agility 5 Pestigore decides he doesn't want to pick up the ball. I don't want to touch him. They touched it. I'm not touching that. I got animosity right now. See ya. I'm not touching it. No touchdown, ball scatters. See you later. Bye-bye. Right, I'm like, ugh. And then he comes out. He's shorthanded now. And I'm like, okay, not so bad. Oh, this could work. So then I get my furry wannabe elves here, and I start doing things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. I get the ball back. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then this bouncing freaking circus clown decides he's going to bounce all over the bloody place and punch me in the snout. I was like, well, what the hell? And then a skink. You know, I miss Stackletail days. Yeah. Maybe we saw something last week with the, the new rules coming out. No Stackletail anymore. It didn't work. He just Remy's getting old, man. It just zipped away. Took the ball off. He went.
Unfortunately, some of these are getting old. I know.
Well, he retired from the Misfits in the regular MML, right? So the guy's played. I don't even know how many games.
He's an old man. He's an old man.
Jeez.
But
beat him. My cane.
I mean, you might get your first win this week. Hopefully, are you playing tomorrow? Are you?
I'm not. I'm hoping so. I don't want to. I'm not going to jinx it because Dragoon's really good coach, and man, that team's just been beat up, and I don't want to beat his team up. I want to pommel them. No, that's the. Shut up! I'm talking on the mic.
Cut it.
No, I want to have a good game. I want to use. We're both struggling, right? I'm 0-1-2.
Yep.
Right? I lost to Beerz. I lost to Zerplus.
Yep.
I had the admin tie against Scars because of real life stuff happening. I was like, I need a win. Now I know Dragoon's hurting and they're in a development, and I've been watching it, but he's still playing great. Like, he got beat up by Beerz, yet he still was playing great. Like, if he's playing that good, I'm gonna get smoked.
I
don't want to lose.
I'm really excited to see Dragoon with a proper team. When I say a proper team, a team when we do the recaps and we think, wow, this is actually a team what can challenge, because at the moment, obviously, Gef's going softly, saying, look, while you're still learning, we're gonna bank this money, and then obviously when we've got what we want, then we'll go for the title. And like I said, he's getting better and better all the time. So
well, and that's the thing. Franchises has got to do that. Look at me. Yeah. I'm broke. I'm actually $20,000 in the hole right now for my sanction.
Crikey.
Right? Look at Fox. Fox dropped 2.93 million, whatever the hell he dropped. I don't even know how much money he had.
It's a lot of money.
You know what I mean? He threw it all in this season. So we both went all in the season. We're both hoping we make sponsor. Okay, pay us. Oh, you paid us. You know what I mean? So our teams aren't going to look like what they're looking like right now. And that's the thing about Blitz. People are going to go big one season. They're going to go huge.
Yeah.
Next season, they're not going to be you won't see this team next season. You might see a few of them, sure, of course. But you might see a whole bunch of Rotters on this. Oh, that just made me sick saying that. Sorry. Rotters on this team.
Yeah.
I hate Rotters, so I won't take them. But I haven't had a free Rotter since season 1, by the way. This is ridiculous.
That's shocking. But you don't really use that many Nagel, though, do you? I mean, it's very rare I see Nagel on your team. I mean, I
ran 8 Warriors, right? And I only ever got 1.
Crikey.
And I think it's only the Warriors that can do it, right? The Nurgle Warriors are the only ones that can turn them, right?
Yeah, Nagel and Rotters. I think Rotters can and Beast. Not Beast, the
Pestigores?
Yeah.
No, Pestigores can.
Do they not? I'm sure they do. Everything in Nagel
can
do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
So even the Beast Nagel can do it.
3 circly thingy do looks like.
That's right. See, to me, I would have quite a bit of Nagel because they can get me players for free next game. You know, like the Undead are doing. I call them the Undead. The Afterlife. They're doing quite well at the moment because they're killing players and getting new players out of these. So it's quite cool.
Yeah, and I remember Jess episode 1 saying, "Oh, this is just a Chaos team with a little sprinkle of Nurgle." Well, what else did you expect? I could only pick from 2 races. Oh, let me just throw a Dark Elf. You're busted off to go. Fine, sanction. Fuck, man, come on. Like, I want something. And then look at that virus breakdown comes in. I'm like, yeah, I got a little bit of something right there, boys. Porsche revs up his engine.
They are nice play. They really
and
are
then
nice pieces.
knocks himself out.
Yeah, but they are nice. They are nice pieces.
I enjoyed this team. I was actually super happy when I was running the numbers.
Yeah.
Before the draft, I was like, I'm doing something totally different. I haven't done this yet in 8 seasons. I was like, I'm doing something totally different.
I just really like it. I mean, Virus Breakdown can do everything, and obviously you got San Diego can leap in there at strength 4 on the blitz with wrestle and tackle. You got Porsche, who's an amazing ball carrier. You got your 2 killers, so you got obviously got that as well. You got your captain there. You got plenty of guards, and like I said, it's just not a bit like VPRV. U2 it's just not happened this season. Maybe you'll be able to kickstart it tomorrow. Fingers crossed for you. But
we just can't finish in the second half. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Can't finish the first half off strong. In the second half, we're just coming out flat, just getting beat up.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, you and obviously my team as well. Although I've got a bit of money banked. It's gonna cost me, I think, 500,000 or even more than that to get to level 4.
I'm
so we're
debating
gonna be the same as everybody else. I think we're gonna be poor next season unless I stay at level 3 and see if there's anything there. But this is like you said, this is where Blitz tactics does come in. It's quite simple, sort of.
That's
process.
it. You make the move, you drop $500,000 on moving up the level.
So it basically can stop you from having a good season in that season, but
Well, that's what I almost did. I almost dropped $500,000 this year, and once I started looking at the players and I started putting this team together, I was like, I can't do it this season, man.
Do you know what my problem is?
This is like a Nurgle Chaos dream right here. I can't do it.
My problem, and it always has been my problem, and this is the problem I'm going to have when I'm going to sink $500,000 into going up. I'm just a draftaholic. I buy picks. I don't need to buy picks, but I want the picks so I can involve myself in the draft. Ooh, what go for? I am a draftaholic. We should have a draftaholic anonymous or something, because like I said to Bearz, I said, look, I think we're gonna tank the season, or spend all the money on the stadium and have a smaller team. And I was adamant, and then obviously I sold my 2 players. I'm like, we could buy some. Oh, we shouldn't really buy. Go on, sorry, let's buy some draft picks. And like Bearz was like looking at me going, what are you doing with the money? Yeah, I know, but do you think it's a lot more fun if I have like 3 or 4 draft picks in the Bearz? And he's like, what are you doing?
I just laugh because you're exactly like how Momo was. Momo was all about the draft. He's like, can you see what I'm doing? Oh my god, I got like 5 draft picks in the first 2 rounds. Oh wait, I just sold them all. I got like 8 in the 4th round. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? He's like, I love it. I'm like, and then I did it this season too.
So I get all these draft picks. I get all these draft picks and all that, and I'm like, I obviously said to Bearz, so what do you want, Bearz, or what do you want? He goes, I won't. We're going to keep money in the bank, so we've got him here, we've got this, and we've got these killers here, we've got all this, blah, blah, blah. He said, right, what I really want, Bernie, is some speed. We need some speed. Yeah, I'll get you some, don't worry about it. Yeah, some gutter runners. Yeah, no problem. I just totally forgot about him.
That's the draft, because it's going so quick. It's like, click, I want him.
Did you get any speed? And I'm like, well, no. And then the
do you want the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
But then the kicker was, I actually found something to get him. And the Mike Tyson celebrity award was to take 2 coach assistants. He wanted his own coach assistants. So I stepped on to Bearz and say, well, the guy I was going to get you, I can't, because I have to pay for Mike Tyson's coaching assistants. Like, what the fuck?
Makes sense. It's Mike Tyson. What did you expect? Mike Tyson.
I mean, are you going to say no to him?
He's got his own cheering fans for him. Come on.
If Mike Tyson comes
Look
to me
at my cheering squad. Look at that. As my sorry, Mr. Mike Tyson. Sorry.
I am going to turn around to Mike Tyson and say what he can and can't have. If somebody else wants to, for 20k, that's the price I'm willing to pay.
It's even scarier now that he's a big gigantic ogre.
Oh man, he's upsetting Bearz a lot because he's either boneheaded, double sculling, but to his credit, he did frenzy a strength 4 war dancer off the pitch, and Scars said, "Hey, strength 4, he's gonna be fine. No one's blitzing him off the pitch." And Mike Tyson's like, "Hold my beer. See ya, boom.
I got this.
He's strength 4.
Sit, coach. I've got this. I can't do a good Mike Tyson.
I can't, but I could just imagine him going, boom, off you go, son. See you later.
How do you like my uppercut? How do your chiclets feel?
Do you want your ear back? Sorry, it came off.
I got a little hungry. Sorry.
Sorry, man. I like mahogany. But yes, I mean, like I said, I think it's going well. I think everyone is enjoying it. And like I said, we're always here if people are stuck on anything. I think we're pretty good in that respect. And obviously, I suppose it's going to be interesting to see how many people will back us next season as well, because obviously if most of these guys come back, what we hope to do, and obviously girls as well, obviously Ariel, or should I call a woman? I always get told off for saying girls now. The women and the men come back next season, you know, and we can add a few more. So obviously we've got a couple who want to come on already.
I'm waiting for Joe Fro to come back.
Oh, Joe Fro, yeah, I'd love to have Joe Fro back. We could even go 4 divisions of 8 or something like that. Would be pretty awesome. But you know,
we got control. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, but I'm pretty humbled that, you know, people have trusted us and they've bought into this idea. And like I said, obviously with Blitz TV as well. Now, obviously, I've got a few other people saying, "Yeah, I'll come on," you know, and obviously had a few on already. We had obviously Geo Stabbing.
Yes, just everybody's got to start writing things and. You know, giving Bernie material, and
that's the only thing. Because...
Like, this is what makes Blitz TV. This is what makes the fluff. This is what we feed for next season's possible fluff too. You never know. Hint, hint. Like Preach said, and I quote: "Blitz is an organism. It's a breathing thing." And that's what I've always tried. Even though sometimes it didn't seem it, I've always tried to make it feel that way. But we need everybody to help us with that. It's not just playing Blood Bowl. Because if we were just playing Blood Bowl, Blitz wouldn't be a thing. Because there's no damn way this is normal.
No, it's not normal.
It's up to every single one of us. Like, you know, look at Jimmy. Jimmy went out and got his brother to come in. And, this is what makes things fun. You know, there's a reason for that. I was chirping my brother. He's like, "Oh, I can do it better than you, jerk." And next thing you know, our Mac's in there going, "I told him. I freaking warned him, you know."
Next season, we'll have to have them to battle the coaches. Battle the brothers.
Right? Oh, yeah, I still want that. That's going to be hilarious. So,
but, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's... Even with things like with News Desk, you don't even have to write a story. You just got to give me, right, this guy's done this and this, and I'll twist it into a way that it works. But what I don't want to do is just make random stuff up what has nothing to do with anybody, you know.
No, it's got to come. It's got to
come from yourselves. Yeah, you've got to come from yourself.
Exactly.
You don't have to be grammar perfect, because I'm terrible at grammar. Even if you just tell me, say, "Right, Bernie, this guy has done this to this guy. Can you do something?" And I'll say, "Sure, I'll do something with it," and we go with that. Because one thing I do like about Blitz TV is the stories, and then we build more character. I mean, I can't really say Necropolis. I think I might have said that better. So I call it Necropolis.
You actually said it really good. Good job.
Did I say it really good there? But the thing is, I have a problem saying that. But now all of a sudden, I feel that franchise now called Necropolis.
It's taken on a whole new level now.
And Overkill's like sort of bought into it. And obviously, he's like the mini-me of Alma, or he's the twin of Alma now. So, and this is it, because Overkill's bought into it, and he's having fun with it. And, you know, he's got this persona of like Alma Mark II. He's enjoying it. We're enjoying it. I'm enjoying speaking to him about it. And obviously, I love watching Overkill and his team going about. And then obviously, Overkill's firing shots at Tony and vice versa. We've got a few confident coaches, especially new coaches.
That's what makes Blitz. Yeah. That's what makes the MML.
They're all having a bit of banter, fun, and friendly banter, and it's just great.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's just great to watch. It really is, and everyone's enjoying it.
Except for you jinxed Tony last week. You jinxed him.
No, I look at it.
It's his fault. He took the mansion back. It's his fault.
He did. I mean, that's first thing is thing. If you want to bribe me, that means when you bribe me, Jesty knows, when you bribe me, you give me the mansion. You don't then take it away, because it doesn't work. And obviously,
and I'm corrupt.
Yeah, and Tony's learned the hard way.
Tony's gonna be freaking out when he hears this. What? I did take it back. Oh,
there's a reason why I've got over 150 mansions. You know, there's a reason. And do you know what? I'd say majority of them probably worked and was well worth it. And I'm sure a lot of people went on to win championships because they made me happy. When they don't,
150 mansions, eh? 150
mansions. Maybe a few more now. I mean, I would have had an extra one, but he took it back.
I think we need to sanction you a bit more and bring those mansions back.
To be fair, they was not in Blitz. The only one I've been
doesn't
given,
matter.
the only one I've been given, the only one I've been given in Blitz was from Tony, and he took it off me. So
Yeah, I know, right? Like, here you go. No, can't have it.
well, the way I looked at it, Beerz, is he took my mansion off me, so I took his 3 points off him. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, and we you know, I think that's a fair trade. But you know, I'm just so happy the way everybody's buying into it, and everyone's having a lot of fun. And like, you know, the Blitz TV's on as well now, and I love Battle of the Coaches.
That's great. I'm screaming as I'm driving home when I'm listening to it or sitting out on the deck. I'm screaming, I know the answer. Of course you do, idiot. You're in charge. Oh shit, I guess. Yeah, good point. My bad. My bad.
But yeah, it's good. Like I said, and the thing to me why I think we've come a long way is obviously, like I said, Joe didn't seem like he was going to come, and then obviously he saw the product, he saw what you'd done, and he came on board. Same with Alma. Overkill's another one. You know, they've all come on. Thunden's come back as well. The new guys have really bought into it. I mean,
Thunden coming back was a big achievement for me. It meant that I was doing something that brought him back, because he was part of the original days, and you know, all the stuff behind the scenes, and you know, him and I always had same views on things. So him coming back made me feel I was doing this right, and I wasn't doing it wrong, or you know, making, you know, tarnishing the MML or tarnishing Preach or any of that jazz. I felt like him coming back just was like, I did something right. I'm doing it right, I should say. So
yeah, and obviously he's a great ambassador for MML as well, isn't he?
He is,
Thunden,
absolutely.
You know, you know, and I try and follow in his footsteps, obviously in the MML, you know, with fair play and not doing this and not doing that. So I think having him in Blitz can only help, and obviously he's doing very well with his team. Brings a lot of fun, and obviously it was a great interview we had with him last week. What I know a lot of people watched and listened and liked it. Hopefully they'll do the same with this one as well.
You know, his only problem though, Bernie, his only problem right now for Thunden is he's on my list.
Well,
Call me.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, Thunden. Sorry. So I'm terribly sorry I put you. I'm so sorry I put you on that list. I'm sorry.
You know what I don't get? You know what I don't get though, Beerz? I mean, you're saying sorry. Now, the thing I don't get is I know Canadians say sorry a lot, but Americans don't say sorry, do you? You don't say sorry, surely not.
I have no idea. You'd have to ask one of them. I have no. I got my toque, eh? Got my toque in my brew, eh? I'm just sitting up here in my igloo next to my moose and beaver, eh?
Oh god! I tell you what, it's really funny because my missus wants to go and retire in Canada. I've always wanted to go to America, but she won't go to America. So she's saying, look, if you really, really want to go and like not retire, you know, stay in England or UK, we'll go to Canada. And I'm like, you know what? Beerz has got a nice pull. We'll go and get a crash here. He'll love it. Like, oh my god!
I almost did this deck side today. I almost did. Yeah. I was about ready to.
Oh man, it looks a lovely place, this Canada. It looks
but I knew we'd take forever, so I was like, no, because the wife and her friend will be out soon, and yeah, they're not going to want to listen to me be all geeky.
No, geeky, that's it. I mean, I don't know, but oh god, I don't know how long we've been recording this. Probably way too long. People are going to.
No, well, here's a funny story. Before we go, here's a funny story. This is what she said last night. All right, we got a bunch of stuff coming up. We moved our son's birthday up and all that jazz. And I said, yeah, we're doing this. Okay, fine. And I was going to buy the new Lizard team for the tabletop. I've been wanting it forever, so I was going to do it. And I'm like, no, I'll stop and take that and get it for the boy this, or, you know, use it for this, whatever, right? And her friend's like, oh, I couldn't believe that you have all these painted miniatures downstairs. That I thought that you bought them that way. I'm like, no, I painted them, yeah. You know, it's my nerd thing, as Serious Jess would say. Wife starts laughing. I'm like, what? She's like, you're not a nerd. That's not a nerd thing. That's your lifestyle. I'm like, oh, wow. That just made it actually worse. That just made nerd look cool. It's like, damn, oh, you got me, dear.
Cheers,
I love
honey.
you. Jerk you. I'm gonna kick you when you're sleeping.
God.
I could do that. I laughed. I thought that was so funny. It's a lifestyle, and she knows how much time I put into Blitz and the MMO,
Yeah.
and you know,
Well-
I don't get to play tabletop much anymore, but
Yeah.
I still got that going, and she knows what this is to me, right? And I'm like,
Oh, that's good.
"Ooh."
I mean, that's it. I
So-
mean, it's like, you know, my missus does stuff like she does scouting and all that stuff, and I can't stand scouting. I mean, I despise it. I like my homes. I like my mansions. You know, I like swimming pools. I like all the posh stuff. She likes to go. She likes going in a forest and sleeping in a hammock or a tent with all the bugs and all the spiders and all the wild cows in the other field going moo and all that crap. You know. And I'm like,
I just want my comfy bed and my TV.
and
Okay?
yeah, exactly.
Too much to ask.
No TV. So I get to have no TV. I won't be able to watch. And I'm like, oh, you're going to come out here? You're going to come with me? I think I'm working that weekend, love. I'd love to come, but
Gotta pass.
you know, the only time I beg for extra time at work is, look, give me please, just give me anything. Because if you don't, I have to go in a field with cows and sheep and everything else, mooing, and I'm going to get bites.
I'll
I'm
work
gonna
for
get
free.
This. Yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Just don't make me go home. But but you know, I like that she does it because obviously she enjoys it. So it's like, it's totally cool. I mean, it's funny because the kids now, I mean, some of the kids have all gone scouting and tenting with her, but now they're old. So one's 18, one's 16. They're like, hello, I'm on the internet 24/7. You want me to do what, mum? You want me to go where? Where? In a field? In a tent? Does it have internet? It doesn't even have internet? What, I choose my own phone? Has it got any electricity to put my PS4 in on my PC? What do you mean it hasn't got that? But it's got a what?
That's what I tell the wife. Why you want to go to the beach? We have a pool right there.
Yeah. But it's got
30 feet from you.
Yeah. But and I've got to do what? It's got a portaloo. I've got to shit in the forest. What? With leaks? Oh, well, mum, yeah, certainly I'll come with you. I don't want to play with mates 24/7 on Blood Bowl or Fall Guys or COD or whatever. And I want to come and shit in the forest, wipe my ass with a leaf, and have no internet. And obviously, if my tent's crap, it'll probably leak and I'll get drenched. Yeah, of course, I'll do that instead. Of course, mum.
Or you get poison ivy everywhere and you're screwed.
Yeah, get nettled and everything like that. So yeah. So that's what we get now. Is like when she turns around and goes, oh, there's a camp coming up. Everyone just goes on hard. Everyone's like, yeah, I've got to, yeah, I actually haven't washed my hair. But son, you did that about half an hour ago. Yeah, but with the COVID about, mum, I've got to do it twice. So I've got to go. And everyone just goes and, you know. So yeah, so that's basically what happens. And it's like, everyone just disappears pretty rapidly. And then I'm left by myself going, yeah, cheers, lads. I've, you know, brought you into this world, looked after you and all this, and this is how you repay me by leaving me with your mum, trying to go scouting.
Thanks, jerks.
Yeah, thanks for that. But yeah, so I can totally relate to a certain extent on stuff like that. But yeah. But anyway, we have been going way too long now. Everyone's gonna be
I'm not
like,
surprised how we are.
I know. This is it though. They don't get it. They don't get it. Because like when me, Gio, and Jesty, it was real funny. It was like it's really like a bad joke now.
Oh, I was in tears watching that.
It
or
was so
listening
fun.
to that.
It was so fun. But it's like it's the funny thing when I turn around and say, right, we'll do. It'll last about 40 minutes, and we're all like, really, fuck us, last 40 minutes. More like 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is when you're having fun, if time flies. Time flies when you're having fun, and
absolutely.
You know.
My wife just finished work. She's like, looked at me. I'm like, yeah, still going. Sorry.
Still going. We're still going. Like the ever-ready Bernie. We still go.
That's how it is. Let us be. She knows. It's a lifestyle. Your words, not mine. Hi-oh.
It's a lifestyle in the high lane. Yeah, and all that crap. But it's been great having you on, buddy. We're gonna have to get you on.
I'm glad to finally get on. We were hoping to get this done for your first episode, but
real life happens.
Life happens.
I mean, we got some good substitutes in Gio, aka Smile Assassin, aka the Backstabber, and Saves Jess.
Works for me. He got Jess. Do your thing, Gio. Do your thing.
Got him.
Sorry,
good.
Jess.
One thing we will have to do though, we're gonna have to get you versus Thunden on this Battle of the Coaches. because obviously
See, I got brothers in your head now, don't I?
Yeah, he's got you. He's calling you an American.
I know, right?
He can't.
London has click made the note or made the list. Sorry,
you can't let that stand.
Ruined that one, loser.
You cannot let that stand. So you're gonna have to call him out and take him on the bar of the coaches, because otherwise, you might as well be French.
Well, just throw a whole whack of sorries at him, and he'll be trying to digest the why is he keep saying sorry for what? What are you sorry for? And I'll just run up and I'll kick him in the gonads, and I'll be like, oh, again, sorry, I win. Right?
I don't know. Anyway, I'd say we are done. We're actually not done. This is just one of the segments done. But it's been a pleasure. Keep up the good work.
Absolute pleasure, brother. And, absolutely. We didn't cover my team too much, but that's okay.
We didn't, did we? But I have had it in the background, and I've been flicking through them going, oh, look at these people.
Favorite player? Quickly? Just so, because everybody else got asked that, I was hoping for it.
Yeah, but
you know it.
You know it. It's
actually, no, it's Dr. Shots, but don't tell Billy that.
I'm going to tell Billy. I'm going to right. If Billy dies tomorrow, it's on your head. If Billy has a crap game, it's on your head. If Billy believes actually you're American,
he's got life insurance. He's fine. He's fine. He's got life insurance.
Depends
I think he does. Anyways.
Thinks he has.
Maybe scandals. I didn't fill out that paperwork. He might not have it.
You mean one of these forgeries? Yeah.
Sugar snaps. Yeah. No, Dr. Shots is my favorite by far. I love him.
I thought, it would have been Billy One Horn. I don't know why.
Yeah. He's kind of like, classic, my kind of killer. But no, Dr. Shots is day one been around. He's gone through injuries. He's battled back from those injuries. How his career started. He was an apothecary, and then he had enough and lost his mind and went on the pitch and started doing Blood Bowl.
Anybody wants to hear the Dr. Shot story, I do believe it was in episode 1 of Blitz TV on the Blitz desk.
I believe 1 or 2, yeah.
I'm almost 99.9% sure it's episode 1. So if you want to listen to a very good story about Dr. Shots, it is in there as well. So maybe a potential
the rumors were flying that this team could be all see you later if they don't pull their heads out of their backsides. So Dr. Shots probably would keep him. Not gonna lie.
He might become captain.
He rubs my feet. He makes sure my back's fine. My crippled leg's good. He's golden. Everybody else, get out. Start winning, or you're gonna be in big trouble, boys.
That's how it should be. Definitely. Oh, right. Okay. So we are done. Thanks again to Beerz. Hope everyone enjoyed it. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry. We enjoyed it.
Much, right? I had fun.
Excellent. Right then. Okay, we are now on to our next segment. Right then, now in Blitz TV, we come to the nitty gritty. Obviously, all the 7 weeks have gone by, and we're now down to the playoffs, and only 8 teams remain. And it's that important that I've got not 1, not 2, but 3 coaches to help me go through the playoffs, and maybe one of us will be able to pick the winner. Maybe. So let me go through them all. We have the coach of the Necropolice, the one and only Overkill. Evening, Overkill.
Evening, everybody.
We have the impressive, the awesome Dragon Owl Poachers coach, Zerplus. Evening. And then we've got the fluffy bunny, big bear, bad bear, what do you want to call him? The Badland Bears coach, the one and only Dragoon. Evening, Dragoon.
Evening, Birdie.
Good stuff. So, between the 4 of us, there's only 8 teams, so one of us should be able to pick the winner. No, surely. No?
Well, it's 50-50 if we all pick different teams.
Well, that's it,
what it's going to be is, right, we pick 4 teams, and they're going to be first 4 teams get knocked out.
Oh, God.
It's the curse of Blitz TV.
Well, what are you trying to say? Don't start saying that. I already get blamed for all the cursing as it is. I can't be having, them saying the Blitz TV is cursed as well. No one will come on. So, yeah, so what?
No. If you just don't like somebody, you just predict them to win and then they just die.
I mean, I was going to predict the Necropolice, but they couldn't make it, so...
Shots fired.
Bit busy at funeral, lots of people having to undig them and, we're doing an unboxing.
Oh dear, this is going to be a good one. Right, so basically what we're going to do, so there's 8 teams, and we're going to go through them as one match at a time. Obviously, the top seed plays the bottom seed, the second seed plays the 7th seed, and vice versa. Then after the round, the top seed who is left fighting will play the bottom seed of the 4, and the second seed will play the third seed in the semi-final. That's how the way Blitz is done. So 8 teams are left, and we are going to start off with the Beverly Hill Beasts against the I Shall Wear Midnight. Right, guys, so Foxy, 3000 TV team. He found a tax loophole. And the 30, yeah. I'm going to come to Zerplus first, since he's in the playoffs still. Would you like to play against this team? You know, it's a nice. You get plenty of inducements, I guess. I like it. I like your confidence. I like it. I must admit, when I was speaking to Beerz, I said I wouldn't have a problem playing this team. The amount of inducements we'd get, you know, is crazy. But again, he's got a lot of players. But a lot of these are like carrying, I don't know, injuries like niggles, armor downs, movement downs. You know, you name it, they've all been splattered somewhere. What I mean, the playing against I Shall Wear Midnight, who obviously they are going to be receiving just under 1,000, 970k of inducements. That's a lot of inducements, and I suppose the thing with I Shall Wear Midnight is they've got bench as well. What would worry Fox?
What sponsor did I Shall Wear? Oh, Necro somehow won it. No.
Yeah, he got the Necro thing, didn't he? So it could bring back Salamander, who we killed, back alive. So he'll be coming back next season.
So I was just wondering if he could take a wizard or something.
That's why he's already died 2 times in a row.
Yeah, he has. So we'll be at the Beast ground, guys. So that's going to be the Astro Granite playing surface. Dragoon. I mean, Dragoon. Would you be scared playing against this team? Did you think this team is like one of the? Do you think it's the best team in the comp? What's left, or?
It's got a hell of a lot in it. Is it the best team in the comp? I'm not too sure, because there's a lot of pieces here what could be like cut to TV. Are they TV efficient?
Yeah. I mean, Sapphire Storm, I like him. He's a movement 10, sort of like 110. But they've got a lot of. I mean, it's a decent team, but 3,000 is a lot, isn't it? 3-0-3-0. I mean, that is a lot. I mean, he's got Dodge Viper. He's got a few good players, but I don't know. I mean,
like if somebody manages to take out like some of the key players, so the agility 4, agility 5s.
Yep.
I think the beasts will just go out.
I mean, the thing is, they played 7-1-7, so you know they won every single game, so it's really impressive. Overkill. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is the best team in the comp left, or are you not impressed? You impressed?
Yeah, it's a decent little squad. It's got some nice little pieces here and there. Where Dragon says they're a bit battered, I think where they're battered, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, oh no, my dwarfs are 1 speed slower. They're not going to be running the ball. They are just going to stand there and go, guard, try me.
Yeah.
Other injuries is like AV down on Minotaur on his Bull Centaur, and they look to be like kill pieces, more, you know, like blitzing pieces rather than ball carrying. So it's like, does that matter? No. So his team, to me, looks rather well. It's not injured, it bust in any way that really makes it like, ooh, that's going to be bad. I mean, a niggle on the captain.
Yeah, the captain with a niggle. I'm surprised he survived this season. You know, I thought someone would have put the boot in or took care of him. Maybe in the playoffs. I mean, I know Tony might be thinking, right, I've got to get him off the pitch, because if he has a good game, then he's in trouble. I mean, would you swap your poachers for this team, Zerplus? He is, yep.
Archons.
Yep. Yeah.
It's got a skilled bench though, so when you remove a player, it's not like, oh shit, you've removed this player, I'm going to
Yeah.
put on this no-skilled zombie like I do. It's like, oh shit, you've removed one of my guard dwarfs.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Here's another guard dwarf.
Yeah. I mean, I do like a bench, but at the same time, I do understand what Zerplas is saying. There's a lot of bloat in there, I suppose. But I'd rather have 15 players than 11. You know. Yes, I think we can all agree with that. Let's have a look at his opponent then. So I shall wear Midnight. I do believe that Zerplas, you said the Beasts finished top, so they're the top seed, and the Midnight, I presume, are the bottom seed then. Yeah.
Midnight's lost a roll off.
They did. I was hoping we would get Fox, if I'm being brutally honest, but for some bizarre reason, we actually did do all right in a roll. Right then, so let's have a look at this team then. I'll come to you again, Zerplas. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this team's got a chance against Fox? I mean, he's getting 970 TV. Anything you like about this team, or anything you want to tell us? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, Tony does. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with well, I call it the afterlife. Obviously, if they kill players, and he's killed a lot of these players, what are zombies, he's killed. You know, it's great because they have a bench, and this is the problem with the Beasts is that Fox is obviously always has a big bench. The other teams he's been playing against, a lot of them don't have a big bench. But now he's playing against a team that's got 16 players. The Regen, they've got, like you said, they've got a Fowler, they've got the Mighty Blow in their Werewolf. I don't think is as good as Louis Michaels, but then again, I don't think any Wolf is. You know, it's a well-built team. I don't see this being an easy matchup. I mean, Overkill, come on, you're the Afterlife expert this season. What do you think? Has he got a shot? Do you like the team?
The team's like okay, but I don't think it's exceptional. I don't think it's like, oh, I've got this really good vampire. Okay,
Yeah.
then when that 230k runs off the pitch, because Fox is a good coach, he'll target your thralls.
Yep.
If he removes a thrall, he's got 2 thralls, is it?
One, I think.
Yeah. No,
Has he
he's
got two? Oh yeah,
He's
2.
got
Yeah.
thralls.
Yeah.
Wilson
Remove
and
2
Robert.
thralls.
Yeah.
That vampire's just looking to run off the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't like vampires because, alright, they're high reward, but they're too high a risk.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously lost Salamander as well, hasn't he? I mean, obviously he's going to get Salamander back at the end of the season, but he is missing. That was I think if I remember correctly, that's a strength 5 golem is missing. And that's a huge piece to be missing.
I feel like I'd take this team on with my team right now, and I think I'd feel confident.
Yeah, fair enough. Dragoon, what do you think?
I mean, without I've faced this team, and I think the big thing what I struggled with the amount of strength he had, and I
Right.
feel like Fox can
Outclassed
match him on the strength.
Yeah.
Now that especially since he's lost Salamander.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
point, look at the guard difference. You're saying about the strength, look
Yeah.
at the guard difference
That's a
between
good
the 2
point.
teams.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
2 on here,
That
isn't it?
extra strength doesn't mean shit when he's only got 2 guard pieces and they're on his big strength pieces. When
Yeah.
Fox has got, like, how much guard?
Quite a lot more than that. Yeah,
Quite a
5,
lot.
there you go. So,
So,
well, it's 3 more. It might not sound much, but when you're fighting in the middle and he's got an extra 3, it does mean a lot then.
when you go, when he goes, okay, I'm gonna blitz. I've dealt with your thralls, or like, you know, thralls aren't doing as well. I'm just gonna surround one of your mummies, clog it in. That's another. If he knocks him off the field, that's 1 guard. Surrounds the other mummy, clogs him in. No guard left.
Yeah.
His team's strength bonus is non-existent.
I think one of the biggest strengths, apart from obviously he's a very good coach, is depth. He's got 16 players on the region, so you know it's going to be really hard to win the number battle with this team.
Quality numbers though. Quality numbers.
Yeah. I mean we
the quality.
Yeah. I mean, and the Timberwolves played these, and we got lucky. The Vampire, I think, rolled a double one and failed the handoff, I think, on 10-16. I mean, I think when we played them, Beerz was in control, but we didn't have a bench, so he had a mass bench. He killed two of our big players, and and our ball sacking ogre as well. And you know, I do believe a big bench is like this is massive because you've got. You know, because it's not just this game. If he wins this game, he's got to go on and play another 2 to the finals. So it is interesting, but has he got the quality to match? He's got the numbers, but has he got the quality? And that's what we're going to have to decide between all four of us now.
We're on about like removal and stuff like that. We're slagging off a little bit this Minotaur that's agility 1, blah 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 blah. When he's on the blitz, he's strength 6.
Yeah.
With claw.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
going to be hitting hard.
And Fox likes his manos. He always do pretty well for him. His record, by the way, 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. So a good, solid record for the Midnights. So the question we're going to ask ourselves then, guys, it's at the Beverly Hill Beasts. Who will win? And I'm going to go to Overkill first. Who are you picking? Who do you think is going to get this one?
Fox.
Oh, that was quick. Fox. Okay, Dragoon. Do you agree or disagree?
I like an underdog. I'm gonna go with the Midnight. I think he can do it.
The Midnight.
It's an underdog, and then it's like you a dead dog.
Zeppelin, who are you gonna go with?
I think it'll be a close game, but I think Fox will come out on top.
Okay.
And it depends on how well behaved his vampire is. Tony is. If his vampire just yeets off and I'm like gone his team's gonna get picked.
I'm just sort of trying to think what he could get with his inducements. I mean, he can get the chef, but obviously the beasts have got so many rerolls it won't make no difference. He can get Brabs.
Brabs will be big. If you
well, I'm gonna go with the beasts because I'd rather the beasts win because I'd rather Beerz would play them if he by some miracle got through. So I'm going to go with the Beasts because I just think they might just have too much for the Midnights. Right, next one then, Grand Bell Boys versus the Mystic Fall Timberwolves. To my knowledge, if I remember correctly, this is yet again the Timberwolves limp into a playoffs. Meanwhile, the Grand Bell Boys I think lost maybe 1 player and they only came in with 11. But I'll see if I am to be. Yeah. So, in fact, they've got 11 players. So I think did they actually lose anybody? The Bell Boys this season doesn't look like they have. So you know they look like they're going to be at full strength. No, I think the American League was a bit soft this season. They don't seem to have done much damage, do they? You know, they
compared to Europe and rest of the world.
Yeah, they seem to have like been fighting with pillows, don't they?
They've got like boxing gloves on to pull the punches and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
A bit wussy for my liking.
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to be at the Bell Boys who've got the Nuffle Altar, so that makes no difference. Very impressive, 6 wins, 1 draw, no losses, so that is really impressive. His draw came, where did his draw come at? It was against the winners, against Sturmjal in the first game. He didn't get to play against the Beasts, so that was a big bonus. Zerplis, do you want to tell us what you think about this team? Ooh. Yep. 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 Terror boots. Yeah, it's even maybe the goblins. The goblin might be an extra player. So it might have lost one player because I don't think Grizzly Green Chin was a player at the start of the season. I could be wrong, I guess. Dragoon. Obviously, Zeppelin thinks these are the favourites to win the comp. Do you agree with that, or do you think something else?
I mean, this is my first time looking at the team, so I'm like trying to
Yeah,
get it all in.
Well, what do you think of the team?
It's a well-built team. The Rat Ogre, I feel like, needs to behave with the dive and tackle. If his Rat Ogre behaves, he'll find it a lot easier, especially against the Timberwolves.
Yep.
But it's a really nice team. I'm trying to like pick out any like negatives with the team, and it's just nothing's pointing out.
I mean, if I'm looking at this, the negative, and it's the same I think with the Timberwolves as well, is and it's even worse for the Timberwolves, is there's no bench here. So if there's no bench, and to be honest, I think we've said this almost bloody every single game this season, me and Beerzo. Look, you know, even when we play the Poachers, they've got no bench. Just take a few players out and we'll be alright. But it's not happened. I mean, obviously, Zeppa sent me some amazing stats for the season. And the Timberwolves on casualties and everything KOs are really poor, especially the players, what are supposed to be doing the job. But we had the most armor breaks, but there must have mainly been stuns or something, because they're just not very killy, our team, and that's been our main problem. Like we've said, we've got no speed. And again, I will say the same to Beerzer. Look, he's got killers, we've got killers. You better pray our killers take out his killers before, you know, it's over. This is a really well-built team. I'm very jealous that it started with 11, and like I think Overkill said already, you know, there's no injuries in this team. I mean, what on earth was the other teams doing to this team? Did they just let him have a free pass or what? You know, it's a bit of a shambles, that team this healthy. And I'm trying to remember if last season he was quite healthy as well. But I mean, Overkill, what do you think? Are these the favourites to win it, or what do you think of the team?
It all depends. Like, he's got 11 players. He's
Yep.
gone unscathed so far. His luck's going to end at some point.
Yeah, these are the playoffs now, aren't they? Everyone's going to put the boot in.
Nuffle likes to shaft you, and he's giving Jess. He's gone, Jess, here you go. You've got a free pass through the league. Go on, you're fine.
Yep.
Playoffs, his team might just implode. You never know. Like, playing against Beerz has not had luck with his armor break. Well, kills, has it?
Yeah, he's not had a good time of it. No.
Playoffs. Oh, no, Nuffle, let's flip that fucking script.
Yeah.
Jesty, your players are dead. Beerzo, you're breaking armor and sending people dead and injured now.
I
Congrats.
mean, last season these two teams met in the playoffs, and the Timberwolves beat the Bellboys. I don't know if that'll have anything, but psychologically, you know, the Wolves knocked out the Bellboys, and the Bellboys.
Well, you never know. Beerzo just might have Jest's number.
You know,
like
maybe. But I know a lot of people fancied the Bellboys last season. They also fancied the Poachers as well. You know, I mean, we saw what happened to the Poachers. It just takes a dice, you know, some dice go the wrong way, and you've gone out. Your playoffs is just fickle like that, and so it's a good point what you're saying. But yeah, it's a nice team. It's got some good players there. I think number 5's the one to watch out for. I think Money in the Bank, as good as Money in the Bank is, I would be very wary about that guy. But what Beerz will do, I have no idea. I give up giving him advice. I'll just let him just play it.
At least you try to give him advice.
I do try and give him advice, and some of it he listens to, and obviously some of it he doesn't. What's the TV of that Gone Bell Boys? Oh, bloody hell! That's a lot of difference in TV. I've just seen that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking, because Beerzo's going to come in with some change to play with. I don't know. Yeah. What thingy did you get?
What do you mean? What thingy did we get?
Sponsor. That's the one.
We've got the Nuffles altar, like Serious Jess. So the Nuffle altar will not be in play, but we will have inducements.
Players or like that?
No, you can't.
He
what does
picked
Nuffles altar
popcorn.
do then?
It basically in normal games it takes an extra 50k off star players, but obviously nothing. It basically helps us get cheaper players in contracts when we go in the draft.
But that's another thing I was thinking. You've got a chainsaw.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, obviously the problem we've got here is we've got a strength 2 Lano, we've got a Nobbler in our 11, although I do like that Nobbler, but he's got a Niggle now as armor bearer, so he's like a dead man walking, So we could be quickly down numbers very quickly. We've got the, and to be honest, the Looney is probably our best player. He's probably damaged more players than anybody. The problem is he keeps getting sent off. You know, that's the problem. But with Brabs, and we will probably take Brabs, we will have at least that. You know, this team basically lives off money in the bank. He is the guy. You know, if without him, this team would finish bottom. You know,
give me that Twinkie.
Well, yeah, he's done all right, but he's, you know, Mike Tyson's been the biggest disappointment for me. He's been really very hit and miss.
I think Mike come up Mike this, you know, in playoffs.
Yeah. He might come up big. I mean, he's a great player, 320k for a brute of a player, but the amount of boneheads, and again, you let us down against Idimarko's team when we should have got the ball, but again, bonehead then rolled a 1 on the GFI. I mean, you've got to, when you're getting paid the big bucks, you've got to, you know, he gets paid more than money in the bank. So you got to deliver, and he hasn't. And obviously, we lost another killer. We're down to 3. Well, I call them killers, but they don't seem to fire. And again, I will be telling Beerz, he won't listen, but I'll be saying Joker Greenskin, like I did with the Nutcracker, he is your most important piece. Do not get him killed. If he wants to leap in with his gutter, let him, and then we'll beat his gutter up. But if he puts him next to a effing rat ogre again, I'll lose my shit. I will. Right, so we'll go with Overkill. What do you think of this team? Does this team have a chance? Zeppelin says the Bellboys are favourites to win this. Does Beerz have a chance?
Depends how well the chainsaw goes, in my opinion.
Right.
Do you know that leaping gutter runner? If Berzo can get in a chainsaw at him, bye.
Yeah.
Stick a couple of bribes, you know, keep him about. Berzo plays smart with his chainsaw, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we do have inducement, so that I totally forgot about. So at least he'll be able to get Babes or Brabs or whatever he wants, or Appos, and you know, so that'll try and keep his 11 players on the pitch. You know, I mean,
it's gonna be a straight game of who gets a better removal, in my opinion.
Might be.
Both winning with 11 players.
Yeah.
Alright, Jest is injured and shit, but
yeah.
There is similar quality in Regat in place, I feel like. Obviously Jest's got a bit more quality, but I feel like if Tyson's on his game, if Joker's sharpens his chainsaw, it don't matter what skills his other team's got, he's gonna go through him like butter.
Yeah, I look at it that we've got 6 players, and then the other 5, well, Joker's obviously going to get sent off, or he's going to get splat if he gets hit, and then the other 4 are just shrapnel. They're just no good. That's the way I look at it, and basically, if it was me playing, I'd be screening off with all them orcs and try and protect the Nobbler, because as soon as he gets hit, he's dead. Zeppelin, has he got a chance? Has Beerzo got a chance, or do you think it's just, you do think he's got a chance? Well, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. I mean, if this was... Okay, I'll ask you this, Zeppelin. If this was your team, you're the coach of this team, how would you go about beating Serious Jest? Right. Yep. Yeah. 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 I think what I've got on record, and you know, I think he's done well with what he got, but I messed this draft up, and I've said to him, look, for you to make the playoffs with this team, you don't need to beat yourself about it. You got to the final last season, you was unlucky there, and you've done well to get this not very well built team to the playoffs. I think we're going to struggle. I mean, regarding these players, like you said, Go Fastest Green, he may drop him. I'm almost certain Armour Bear Grower, he will be sacked before the game. I will be gobsmacked. Well, yeah, because he's one hit, he's gone. You know.
The thing is, sacking him, you'll get can you get somebody that you can throw?
Yeah, or you could get any sort of loan. You might even get a fully fledged orc, you know, and you know what would be a lot better than Nobbler. You could get.
Yeah, but I think the Nobbler, the fact that he could just pick up the ball, sling him, re-roll, if you don't land, run off.
I've never seen Beerz throw something.
Well, there's always another time, and playing a season with halflings, when your best way to tackle a player is to throw a halfling at somebody. You never know. Jester might cage up, Beerz might pick up that snotling, one hit and he's dead, why not? One hit and I'm going to splat your player with my Nobbler as well, let's take it out.
I mean, I've seen it happen, I've seen that happen, and I saw it happen last season. The problem is Beerz doesn't play like that, and I personally, I mean, I'll have a word with him if he wants to keep him fan, but my advice to him would be, right, you've got to get rid of Armberger. I'd probably, I mean, go past the green's a tough one, because you could get rid of him, and he could get replaced by Nobbler. So that would to me is more of a like, I don't know. I'm almost saying Armberger sadly will be retired.
I think you should put him on IR personally.
I can't, can I? It's the playoffs. So he'll be retired.
Sad face.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think Jester's got the better team, but obviously them inducements might be useful. I agree with Overkill. If I was playing this team now, I would make sure that Joker Greenskin, he is well protected. He's probably him and my Pommer will be the two, apart from Money in the Bank, obviously, they'll be my two protected pieces, because I know both of them could turn this game. Because obviously a chainsaw with dirty player and the chainsaw, that's like a +4. That is deadly. And if you've got the Brabs to throw out the ref and hopefully he'll take it, then, you know, if he can take one or two players out for the game, and like we've already said, there's 11 versus 11, it may help. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, his record was all right. 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. It wasn't bad. A bit of a horror show against Idimarko, and then obviously we got steamrolled by the Poachers. But I don't know. Hand on heart, I think he's got a chance, but I don't see he's getting anywhere near the final, because the team's just not good enough, unless our claw comes to the party, like obviously Zeppelin said last season, and you know, we just start clearing teams off the pitch. But I don't know. Right, I guess we better pick a winner then. I guess Overkill, the Bell Boys, or the Timberwolves.
Shit, I like both coaches, both teams. It depends on the dice roll.
But you got to pick one.
Beerz.
He'll love you for that.
Kiss it, Beerz.
Dragoon.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Overkill. It's whether or not
Can I change my option?
Injures like
injuries
like fire, and I think they will.
So oh, bloody hell, 2 for Timber. Right, Zeppelin, come on. You're certainly going to go with the Bell Boys. Say, you just told me that they're the favourites to win the competition, aren't you?
If she says Beerz, I cry.
What you want and what you get. So you're going to go for the Timberwolves as well? Oh, you've all just screwed me over, because I'm going to look I'm going to look a right cunt now, because if I go for the Bell Boys, and I'm the freaking owner of the Timberwolves, if I'm the only one who goes for the Bell Boys...
No. You've got to think about it this way. You've got the ultimate kiss of death.
I know I do, but I also have an agreement with Davis Chester, I don't tip the Bell Boys. So, you know, it gives me backhanders not to tip them. And obviously they've done very well this season. So yeah, I've got to go with the Timberwolves. I've got it's my team. If I don't have any faith in my coach, who will? It seems like we all have. So yeah, sorry Beerz. He'll be going bonkers. Luckily, this episode won't come out until he's played his game. But if he listens to this and he loses this game, he'll say, well, that's why I lost. Everybody tipped me. How can you all tip me against them? What are you having? And Jesse will be like rubbing his hands. Oh, I can't believe I can play the underdog tag. This is glorious. Right, okay. Right, this is an interesting one. The Dragonhound Poachers against the Philly Tailgate Bullies. The Bullies have impressed me. The Poachers are just like the postman. They always seem to deliver. Let's have a look at the Poachers first, and we'll go with Overkill first. We'll get Overkill's view on the Poachers. Come on, mate. Tell me what you think of them.
So they're coming in with one player there, Yeah. The AV down on that linesman's not looking very good.
Snorri Starsson.
AV6 on a line.
Yeah.
I don't know why you've still got him, but then again, if you get rid of him, it don't make a difference.
Probably just the bench numbers for now, I guess.
Yeah. It's a decent looking side. Fairly unscathed. Fairly. Not. Some nice little pieces there. Just.
I think this team's well balanced. I mean, I every time I see this team, I'm never impressed. I don't know why. When I look at it, I think, yeah, it's all right, but it never gives me
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like looking at it, I'm thinking, for Blitz, it's meh.
But then when you play against it, as obviously Bears are playing against, and I've seen other teams against it, it's like, well, actually, this is a really well balanced team. It's got all the strengths. I mean, I think I strength the bloody Timberwolves at the beginning of the season, so that's how impressed I was with that. He's got Mr. Pringle, who's an amazing ball sacker. He's got a 110 in speed to will, although he does have a niggle now. He's got Snaggletooth, the captain, who he's the most deadliest Yeti Blitz has ever had. Bad Nash, the thrower. You know, he's got some decent pieces. You know, and the question was, you know, can they repeat what they did last season? And yeah, basically they have. Obviously, I still think this team does well because it's got a good coach. I think if this was under a lesser coach, this team wouldn't do as good as it does. So obviously, you know, that's a pat on the back for Zerplus. The question is, the Poachers are still yet to win a title, and they've been going for a long time. Everyone expected them to win last season. It didn't happen. Can they get it done this season? That's the issue. And they're gonna come up against a tough outfit as well in the Bullies. I think there's easy games in the Bullies first up. Dragoon, what do you think? Do you think, looking at this team, is this the season for the Poachers?
Oh well, is it the? I think he's got one of the easier games.
You think so?
Just because I know what happened to the Bullies week 7.
Oh,
and when
pants.
you see it, it's a bit of a.
So the only bloody week I uncheck games, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna retract that so quick.
It's not
I
that bad.
think I think it's like I've faced this team. Obviously, I didn't really have a team when I faced this team, but it just like it has everything really.
Yeah, it's well balanced.
The only downside is if Speedster Will with that niggle, if he gets hit, you wanna protect Speedster Will.
Yeah, well, Zerplus is a good
than
enough coach to do that.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I look at it, I think it's a well balanced team. The Saurus really do obviously are a massive help. I mean, I think he's got what 3 have you got there, Zerplus? 3 Saurus, 1, 2, 3 Saurus. He's got Mr. Pringle with strength 4. He's got the Bear with strength 5 as well. He's got Snaggletooth strength 5. This team has got a lot of strength, and I can see this team bullying down the middle, and also being fast enough to do everything else. So yeah, Zerplus, I mean, come on, this is your team. Are you happy with the way this team's worked for you? Is there anything in hindsight you wish you did differently? Yeah. Crikey. Oh. Maybe it's a curse, because obviously Random Mad has always said he hates skinks, and obviously he never had a skink on team until obviously you took over. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's the Poacher's curse. Any skink what plays for the Poachers is bound to fail. Maybe, I don't know. It's an interesting one. So maybe Speedster Will just sucks. I don't know. Maybe he'll come good in the playoffs. Maybe he'll come in the playoffs. What? Any reason on the lineman AV6? Is this going to be a late cut, or is it going to be? Are you keeping him just because it's a bench, or can you say? Do you not want to say? Yeah, and it's something you can sling on the line, can't you? Yeah. 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 So that means like you're gonna now be the GM and coach from next season. He's handed over the purchase to you if I've got that right. Oh, well, that's going to be good. You know what I think will happen? I think you'll lose this season, probably win next season when he's got nothing to do with it. That's basically what happens. I'm like, oh, sorry, Randy, never one season. He was out by one season. That'll just be. I mean, it'd be good if you can get him a win. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't be the first franchise to say they're going to retire or put his boot up and win in the same season. Obviously, making money. They won it in their last season before retiring. So maybe the poachers can send Randolph a very happy man. Let's have a look then. The poachers, let me just have a look at their stats. I think it was, let me go back, I forgot to do that. Just have a look at their statistics. And we're at your ground as well, aren't we, the poachers? So you've got the beer stand. Very impressive. 6 wins, 1 draw, no losses again. And obviously, the 7-6ers, best game of the season, were the only ones to hold them to a draw. So very, very impressive. They're quite healthy, the poachers. They're looking good. And obviously with that captain, he could quite easily win the full thing. Now the Bullies, oh my god, let's have a look. 16-10, so they are definitely down TV. Right, let's have a look at this now. Oh my word. Well, the killer's out. Well, that, yeah, okay. And he's out, and yeah, this, I think, oh man.
You see what I was saying?
Well, he's got Bullseye, the captain. He's got Ted Berry. I'm a big Ted Berry fan. He's got Dumax, who could maybe go on the AV7, maybe. And now I'm struggling. Oh man.
He also lost another. I think it was another killer. He was number 2, and he lost.
Well, I'll say this quite clearly: if the poachers get knocked out by the Bullies, it'll go down as one of the biggest shots in Blitz history. I don't mind saying that.
Yeah.
I think Bullseye and Ted Berry are gonna have to have wow of the games. They're the guys. Tyson Hall's pretty decent as well. Overkill, you're saying it's not that bad, so tell me, why isn't it that bad? If I've got this team, and I'm going to my coach, I'm saying to Beerz, mate, you're fucked. I don't know how you're gonna beat the poachers with this team. Tell us.
He's going, oh, all this removal, it's that bad. Oh no, he's missing all these. Nah, he's only missing 2. He's one bad, whatever. He's just gonna have to avoid the bash off and go for the. I'm gonna run round you and fucking slap him in. The passing potential of this team's fucking nutty. Yeah,
they've still got 3 decent players and that, haven't they? But they've got no bench. They've got nothing. I can't. I mean, Wrath of the Blackheart would have been that little bit of slither of hope to think, man, he could get it done. Well, and then you look for your foulers and you haven't even got a dirty player, so it's like, oh my god, we can't even do that.
What he's gonna have to play is just gonna have to play like an elf. When you look at elf teams, you're like, I look at them and think, they're a bit fucking pussy-ish. They've got no idea about me. Then they just fucking run a circle around. You start slinging ball around like, what the fuck's going on?
I mean, he's got a vampire, I guess. He's got that. He's got a couple of throws.
That's a good passer as well. You know, he's got some good passers. He's got his bull.
Yeah.
Centaur that's there.
I like that. He's just hit me. Yeah. I mean, Draco, right? So we've got Overkill saying he's Mr. Positive. He's like, woo! He's got a chance. Meanwhile, you're missing.
A bit devil's advocate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like it. I really do like it. Dragoon, meanwhile, is like he's a negative guy saying this is probably the easiest opposition, the easiest opposition in the round. This is poachers getting a half. I'd say you've got this, guys. Even a Dyson, you still win. Why is it such an easy game for the poachers?
Well,
just counter Overkill's point. When Overkill says he can run around him, Zerplus has Brave Diego. He has Thesaurus, What's Movement 6, and I think
what I mean by run round him is you can't mark everybody, and he's got an agility 6 player that can sling that ball fucking where he wants.
Yeah, but how easy is it going to be to protect that agility 6 player? With the amount of like firepower.
Just because your team died and crumbled doesn't mean everybody did good.
No,
because you couldn't protect you star player game 1, Dragoon doesn't mean other people can't protect their players.
Oh dear. Zerplus, are you confident with this? Are you happy playing the Bullies? Yeah, I can understand that. Did you? Yeah, yeah.
One out of 4 of us have got to be on Bully's side.
Yeah, yeah. So agree. Right, let's go to it then. 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. He did really well again. Dragoon, who's going to win this game?
I think it's going to be a very, very difficult game, definitely. But I think the poachers might just edge it.
All right, okay. Overkill. Are you gonna go with the bullies? Or are you gonna go with the poachers?
Devil's advocate. Hey, well, Bullies.
Yeah.
They're gonna sneak. They're gonna sneak like. He's gonna be like really close. And then next thing you know, a ball's gonna go flying down the pitch from his AG6, just throwing it down. AG5's gonna catch it, dodge out, and drop it in.
Easy as that. I presume the poachers will be picking the poachers, so no point asking you there. And I'm gonna go with the poachers. As much as I love Ted Berry, and I really, really do love Ted Berry, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Got to back the other team.
Yes, yes,
nice.
they do, but it's not going to be me. So Benny Buffon is going for the poachers.
You've heard it here first. Bernie's giving you the kiss of death surplus. You've lost.
Well, if the poachers lose this game, I'll be going into hiding for definitely, because that will be a disaster. I don't see it though. I don't see it. Right, let's quickly go on to the final one then. The Badgers versus the Chancers. The Badgers really impressive in Europe. I do believe they finished top as well. Dundon's back, 5 wins, 2 draws, no losses. Another undefeated team. Again, another team what had a little bit. He lost Lucky Charm, and he's got a few players missing for this rematch with Shaky Dog. Pitter, the captain's out, and obviously Smash Potatoes is out, but he's still got 11 players. Zeplus, what do you think? A lot of people are talking this team up. Do you believe the hype or not? Yeah. Yeah, it's
Sorry, Thunden.
I think it's a good. I think the coach itself is an amazing coach, and they've got a chance. I mean, that where is he? Where I'm trying to find him now. Where is he? Oh, Rage Walker! What a signing he's been! What a superstar, the assassin! Absolute amazing he's been. Obviously, he's got Iron Chin, who, to me, he's up there as one of the best killers in Blitz. I'm a big fan of his. Durian Sprout, one of the worst foulers in Blitz, but you never know, he might do alright in the playoffs. Again, the Doctor. How on earth nobody signed the Doctor the season before? I am staggered. He was a cheap as chips killer. Nobody got him. Thunder soon got him in the expansion draft. That was a shrewd signing. Not many stat-ups, as he keeps saying, but he does like Pitter, and he's not there. So that's a concern. Thanks to good old sorry not sorry. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah,
But
it did. Yeah, he had Pitter, and the chances were pretty badly beaten up, and they are again. I mean, Dragoon. I mean, what do you think of this team?
Well, Iron Chin's the killer. Let's be honest, he's probably the best killer in Blitz. I'm just trying to find the ball carrier, because I always thought Pitter was the ball carrier when I looked at this team. So I'm just looking at who else could take, maybe Dietrich Darkox, maybe? But then he's losing a guard piece, so...
Yeah.
I apologise to both coaches.
I
I think I did a number on both coaches. I apologise to both of you.
Well, at least you're consistent. I mean, like I said, a good record. He's got a good team. He's 1770. Let's have a look at the other team. I've just been told in my headpiece, or my other headpiece, that the game between Serious Jest and Beerzo is not going to be 11 o'clock tonight now, sadly.
No, it's soon. I'm going to be broadcasting it when we're done with it.
It's very shortly, apparently. So, Overkill, he'll be streaming that, apparently. You just said that, so that'll be quite good. Right, so let's have a look at the chances then. We've almost wrapped this up, and then obviously we can all go and watch and cry and do whatever. I like Shaky Dog. I have a lot of respect for this guy. I think he's very underrated coach, but I think he's amazing. But he's carrying 2120. Now, what was the TV value of the badges? Only 1770. So, you know, I think if I remember correctly, the badge. I think the Shaky Dog had about 3-4 plays left and almost stopped the badges from scoring. So, on that philosophy, if he can keep more plays on the pitch, he'd have a better chance against the Badgers, I guess. Zerplis, what do you think of this team? Is it better than the Badgers? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Dragoon?
Well, I don't know if anyone's seen, but I've been supporting the Chances the whole way through this season, and I will support them in the playoffs. So they're gonna win the full thing. The stat ups are a bit of an issue, but like the stat box, and he doesn't have a bench against Thundern for this game because Disco Dancing Gobbo's out.
Yeah.
So if he starts losing players, what's possible, then this could be quite a yikes game. But we were all like beefing up the Doctor and Ainchin. What about the Sheriff? He's been consistently one of the better killers throughout 2 seasons.
I when I speak to Shaker Dog, he's losing confidence in Rampage Trollson. There's a rumour this might be his last season, so I think Rampage is going to have a big game, because if he doesn't, I think he's gone. I like Flashbang. I think he's a nice one. He's a very nice sort of player. I mean, Scoot McGrew only agility 3 now, but at least it still gives him that speed. He does have sure hands as well, so it's not too terrible. Overkill. I mean, you said you've beat up both these teams. I mean, which team do you think will get? You know, which team would you prefer to coach coming into this playoff game?
The coach-wise, I'd probably be better off with Thundern's team, but team-wise, I'd sooner have Jakey's.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like, Flashbang is a bastard. I'll put it bluntly. He is so annoying. You know, trying to remove him as well. Like, you're like, oh, he's only strength 2, blah, 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 blah. Foul appearance.
Yeah, good old foul
Dodge
appearance.
wrestle. And then he's just going to jump in and he can knock the ball off you. It's a pain. And then he's jumped in, he doesn't manage to knock the ball or do anything. Do you know what he's going to do? He's going to stand there, you're going to try and hit him, and you're going to go foul appearance. Sorry, mate, no.
I've been impressed with the Chances all season. I've been impressed with Thundern and his team all season. So this, to me, is probably the toughest
I've
one.
played both. And
So
the
you
team that I found harder to play against was the Chances.
Right, ooh, okay. So,
Thundern is a really good coach, but I found his team not as hard to, like, play against.
Right, okay.
No disrespect to Thundern. It was a hard game, but I felt like Shaky's game was harder to play against.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, right, let's go through then who's going to pick who. Right, Overkill, who are you going with? Who's going to win it?
Shaky.
Okay, Dragoon?
Chances all day, every day.
Yep, and Zerplis? Ooh, okay.
I think Pitter missing though, you know, a good ball sacker somewhat. He's gonna be.
Yeah, I think that's big. I think that's big. I'm gonna go with the Chances because of that. I know how Thundern loves Pitter. It's a tough one because I think he's got the better killers. As good as the Sheriff is, I don't think he's Ainchin. But I don't know. I just got a sneaky suspicion. And I've seen this happen a lot of times where in the league one team beats the other, but in the playoffs the result switches. Whether that's because of a Dyson or whatever.
Pile on and foul too much as a coach. It's his style. When he played against me, he had an opportunity to pile on.
Yeah.
With Ainchin, I'm like, dude, why are you not piling on?
Yeah, he's a nice lad. He's a nice lad. But in the playoffs he may switch. And if Shakestock starts putting the boot in, we might see him put the boot in. Anyway, yeah, so right, apparently the game's now in inducement, so the last thing I'm going to ask you then is, obviously, Dragoon, you're saying that the Chances are going to win this season's Blitz final.
100%.
Zerplis, if you don't win it, who does win it? The Bellboys, and finally, obviously, Overkill, who do you think's going to win it? The full thing?
Let's go with Fox.
Fox. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the Poachers. Because I think they've got a bye in the first week. as good as...
I was thinking the chances, but I don't want to double down on the chances, so I want to...
That's the last time we'll have Zerplus on the show, but yeah, screw you.
Zerplus has lost the first game of the season, straight out, one and done.
If he loses that game, it will be the only thing he'll lose, and you lose me, I'll be hiding for the next week or so. Yep. Yes, you'll win this one. Don't worry about it. There's no curse in here. So there we go. Anyway, that's us done. Really thank you to all three of you. It's always good when you can have loads of us on with different opinions and going through all these. I wish every single coach, apart from Serious Jest, obviously, because you're playing us, man. I can't give you luck. I curse you. And good luck to obviously the Poachers, and good luck to obviously Overkill next season. Try and get the mummy. And obviously Dragoon, try and get your bear. And Zerplus, you just be good as you always bloody are, but don't you dare lose. Basically, Zerplus, if you lose that game, you might think you've lost something. I'll lose more than you, because the curse will be so alive if you lose that game. Anyway, that's us done. Thanks again, and let's get on to the next. Right then, it's time for Under the Microscope, and this episode we have I am Idimarko with us, and his Philadelphia 76ers, who had a very good first season as a franchise in Blitz Season 9, and hopefully they will do just as good in Season 10. So as always in Under the Microscope, I'm going to obviously get to know Idimarko, obviously, and talk about his team. So welcome, Idimarko. Hope everything's gone well in your first season. It seemed to go pretty well.
Hello, mate, and thanks for having me again.
No problem.
I'm happy to be here. What can I say? It's good to be around.
Excellent. So what made you go with this name? Was there any particular reason why you went with Philadelphia 76ers?
Well, I tried to find a funny name that are close to already existing names.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, I was watching basketball, NBA, and stupid things like that, because I only like sports playing with the legs, I'm a football player. So, yeah, and from there on, everything just connected.
Fantastic. And what made you go for this union? Any particular reason why you went for the Alliance of Goodness?
Well, to be honest, I think I've not even played 6 months of Blood Bowl. My first team was humans.
Yeah.
So I needed to play something I knew. I never played these high TV games either, so the only real team I had played was a human team. So I picked the Alliance of Goodness because of that, and because there were not so many other teams, Alliance of Goodness teams around. Yeah. And there were too many human league teams.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously, I think NTB was like, I can't believe it. Nobody has been Alliance of Goodness. I go Alliance of Goodness, and then Idimarko goes Alliance of Goodness. What was quite funny, because he thought he was going to get all the players to himself, and then you was like, nope, I'm going to have some of those players as well. So that was quite funny, I must admit. So you had your team and all that sort of stuff. What was your plan then coming into the draft then? Did you have an idea what you was going to buy, or what was your plan?
Well, as I know I'm not as experienced as the other coaches, I was going for full guard team so I could cover up something there. And then I thought, I need strong guys as well. I need something to can hold the front. So I thought, so that was the trees. Yeah. Then I was looking around and I was like, oh, this Troll Slayer, he's also strong. He can also do stuff with all the guard. So basically, I picked 3-4 pieces, and after that, I just tried to cover everything else with guard. Yeah. But yeah, it did go good. It could go worse, but it could go better as well, I think, because Yeah, I did some mistakes on the drafts, like trying to figure out who would pick the trees I wanted. That way Gio found out and he took my tree before me. That meant I lost 30k, I think. I paid 30k extra for my tree.
Crikey. Oh yeah, all money is money in the game of Blitz. I mean, I remember obviously watching, I think your first game was against the Poachers. I only saw the first half, and I think that was the first time I really saw you play, and I can't remember who I was talking to. And I was like, oh my god, this Idimarko, bloody hell, he's killing the Poachers. He's just outplaying them. And then obviously I missed the second half, and unfortunately, obviously Zerpus is such a good coach, he got it back to 1-1. But I did say to the people, I said, like, this Idimarko can play. You know, he seems like he's enjoying himself, and you know, and that was obviously good. And then obviously you've got a bit unfortunate against the Nightmares, who obviously do what they do, breaking players. But I thought you had an impressive season. Obviously good wins against the Timberwolves, the Midnight as well. Obviously beat the Bears, and then some good solid draws as well. So, you know, I thought you had a great sort of you know, performance. I think your only loss was against Scars and his Raptors. You know,
Yeah,
so
it was.
you know,
And,
you just drew too many games. That's what cost you a playoff place, wasn't it, in the end? But I think, you know, you should be proud of what you've done in season, you know, your first season. And obviously you haven't been playing Blood Bowl that often either. So, you know, you can only get better and better at it. And like I say, as long as you're having fun, you know, we all want to win the big thing, but only one of us can. So the way I always look at it is give my coach a team and have fun or whatever with it. And like I said, I've been impressed with what you've done. Obviously, I love your attitude to Blitz, and you always seem hyped up for it. And I can't wait to see what you sign next season and what you're keeping. I mean, do you have an idea, or can you tell the Blitz public? Is there anything you know you're keeping for next season, or is it all a secret?
well, my first picks was the trees. So I can't let them go off that easy without a ring. You know, they need that championship ring.
Yeah,
So
yeah, big guys
we're
as well.
keeping the big guys, and
Yeah.
we're going bigger and faster this year. So
Yes.
watch out, guys.
Yes, bigger and faster. That sounds good. I think that's something what I'm gonna have to do for Port Bears. We only had one ball carrier this season, and you know, as I've said, I've totally forgot. I just was like, "Oh, he looks nice. He looks nice." And we had, I think our chainsaw was like our second fastest player on the team, so that's not very good. That's not very good. But yeah, I mean, who was your favourite player then out of your team? You played all 7 games now. Was there any particular player you was like, "Oh man, he's so good," or you have a soft spot for any of your players?
Look, yeah, I have a soft spot for Dragon because we started playing at the same time.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot. We've been pep talking a lot. We've been trying to help each other out a lot.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt bad playing against his so weak in the team.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is. I mean, obviously when I played him in the pros, it was like I felt bad because obviously we're really close and good friends, and I was like, I don't want to break your team and vice versa. And then he beat me, and he never lets me forget it now. So I'm like, I knew I should have killed that skink. But in Blitz, at least, you know, if you break a team, that end of the season you can get a new set of players, and I think that softens the blow a lot because, you know, it's a good job as well because people die a lot.
Yeah, then I have to say I enjoyed playing out all the coaches, you know.
Good.
Because, like I said, it's first time I'm playing Blood Bowl at this high TV and against so many good coaches, great coaches even. So it was all a new experience, and yeah, I was a bit, like I said before, I was a bit unlucky. At some point I was lucky, at some other points.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know how to use Pile On my first game.
Yeah, I remember seeing. It was Dragoon. I said to Dragoon, "What is he doing?" I think he'd hit the Yeti, that Yeti of Poachers, and I was like, "Oh my god, he didn't pile on. He didn't pile. Why is he not piled on against the Yeti?" And Dragoon was like, "I don't know." And then that Yeti came up, and I think he injured one of your trees or something. I said, "Oh."
He injured it. And it was like, you know, I'm trying to get better because I'm a competitive guy. I want to win, you know. I want to have fun, but I also want to win, you know.
It's getting a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, and I remember reading a post about fouling because I'm not used to fouling.
Yeah.
And they said like it's not worth fouling when someone is stunned. And for some reason, that thought back in my brain got messed up with the piling on. So I'm like, why should I pile on? He's stunned. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whoa, that's wrong.
Yeah, I remember watching it. But again, it's all a learning experience, and you know, and the good thing about the fluff and everything with Blitz is that to certain players, they get created every single season, and these players seem to do exactly the same. Doesn't matter who has them. And obviously, you have people like at the Poachers, for instance. They have got some really big, you know, enforcers, especially that Yeti. I mean, he's just crazy. Every season, he's causing carnage. So every time you see him, you're like, right, he's got to go, because if he don't, he's going to break my team. And like maybe next season, people might be saying, like, that Dragon Slayer, he's a big guy, we've got to take him out. And it's just like the build up of the stories, the fluff, and obviously, you know, you playing well with certain pieces, and you know, it is a lot of fun. But yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, man, I was like, pile on, you got to take care of it. He'll kill your team otherwise. And you know,
I have to have been lucky as well because I had 11 players. I came into the draft with another plan to get around 13 players.
Yeah.
But then for some reason I just changed it, and I just lost one player. 7 games.
Wow.
I just lost that damn dwarf.
Man, that is lucky. I'm jealous. I am well jealous. Yeah, and that's the risk, isn't it? Because you can go in with 11 players. I think we saw it with the Vipers. You know, their first game was amazing. Obviously, AL did really, really well. But then, obviously, because it was quite brittle, as the season went along, she lost. A lot of players were missing and broke, and they got broke and stuff like that. And I think that's what stopped them from having any chance of making the playoffs. So it's sort of you can either go with 11 really good players. I think the Grand Bell Boys, Jester's team, they went with 11 players, and it's worked for them. Where the Timberwolves went with 13 players, and the last 3 weeks or the last 3 rounds, we're struggling to get 11 players on the pitch. So you know, I think it is a lot of luck with your Appos working or your regen working, and what sort of injuries you get. Obviously, badly hurt instead of like stat downs and stuff like that. So yeah, you have been fortunate that season, but then you've got to remember next season it might be completely different. You know, you may end up losing 4 or 5 players in the first 2 rounds. So
it's true.
You know,
you can't mess with the dice.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have more money this season do you think you'll have more money next season to spend on players?
I for sure have more money. I will even go for a Stadium 3 upgrade this year. So watch out, guys. I'm coming for the championship ring. And
level 3. That's going to cost you a lot of money, though, isn't it? Because I think you're level. Are you level 1 now? Aren't you? You're level 1.
I'm level 1.
So
I'm gonna get my free upgrade to level 2. I try to hustle a bit with Beerz about that because it don't say when you get that level the free level upgrade, or when you get my sponsor.
Oh no, just not say that on TV. God no, cut that.
Because with my thoughts, I said, whoa, I'm gonna get my level 2 upgrade for half the price, as I have my sponsor bonus, and then I got my level 3 upgrade for free, but sadly it did not happen.
Yeah, that's it. I just say Beerz ain't gonna let that go. But so so you've got Just Score then? Is that your sponsor? Is it Just Score? Yeah. Oh, so that's good. So you're still gonna get your level 2 for free, and then your level 3 is only gonna cost. Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty good. And then you can get, if you want to, then you've got the level 3 sponsors, what give you a lot more money and other cool stuff as well. So that's pretty good.
Okay, so that's the game plan.
Yeah. So that's very smart.
Yeah, that's the only thing I won't spend on players, and then I have more money from last year. So I will come back stronger, bigger, and faster.
Hey, there you go. So we're expecting the 7-6s to maybe make the playoffs next season then.
Well, we hope so. We were close. 1 point from making it this year. So,
and there's going to be no scars to stop you next season. So, you know.
I'm a bit disappointed about that game because I was waiting for for your team to beat him the game before, but sadly it never kicked off. So he came with a full team.
Oh dear.
So it didn't go as we had planned, but then again, 1 point, it's close, but not enough.
Yeah, I don't know who he played against. I mean, I don't think we played him. I don't know if we did any damage to him. I know we beat him, but I think like the draft is so important because like I said, I drafted wrong this season. So poor Bezos getting the rough end of the stick on that. Although he still made the playoffs, so it shows how good of a coach he is. But I mean, are you like me? Do you love the draft? Because I always get really excited about the draft, and I think one of my guilty pleasures is I buy draft picks. I don't need them, but I know if I have them, I get to get involved more in the draft because I just love the draft. That's what I always look forward to. I mean, do you like? Are you like really excited about the draft, or are you just like, it's all right, I guess?
I'm looking forward to the draft.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, like we said at the start of the show, that I picked that team, an alliance, so they don't have many coaches. So it made it a bit more easier for me to try get my players.
Yeah.
And yeah, I already have been planning my players before the season ended. I already start looking for the players and how I will go for the next team. So yeah, the draft thing is a real nice thing. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you put a nice team together this season, so I'm really excited to see what you get next season. New swanky stadium as well, possibly a new sponsor to go with it. Only just missed out on the playoffs, like I said, by points. So obviously, you've got a really good chance next season to go one better and make the playoffs. So everything seems to be going well for you.
Yeah, I can't complain. I think I have it under control. Last season it was the first time. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I was nervous about everything.
Yeah, as you do. I mean, it does when you come into it, you think, oh my god, there's so much. But as soon as you've done it once, you're like, it's easy now. You know exactly what you're doing. It's just the you're just worried. I mean, I was the same. Like, oh my god, how much of this stuff do I have to learn in such a small space of time? Yeah. But
one more regret was I think I sold my pick to you for too cheap. To be honest, I think I could go.
50k I gave you, didn't I? Did I give you 50 grand for that pick?
Yeah, I think I could have
that was the going rate, you cheeky. I can't believe you said that. I gave everybody about 50. I can't believe it. I thought I was being generous.
So now we have to wait to see the new changes as well, because the rumors say we'll have a lot of new changes. So
we do.
We can't make a game plan without knowing the rules.
No, that's it. There is going to be a lot of changes. Like I said, we've got a new theme, what's going to shake it up. And I think this new theme, like I said, is going to be amazing. I think if people buy into it, they're going to have a lot of fun, make a bit of money as well. Obviously, we've got the team services. There's a few new team services. The new sponsor coming out as well. We're doing something with Goblin Gambling as well, so watch the space on that.
Whoa, that looks fun.
Yeah, But we have to do something with that, because obviously nobody has ever took that as a sponsor. So we've tried something different with that. So we'll see what happens there. There's obviously talk of a mad scientist going about as well. So there's loads of stuff going to be going on, and I do know that even maybe before this actually goes live, that Beerz will come out and start announcing stuff in the next few days. Obviously, we've got the playoffs as well kicking off tonight. I think the Timberwolves will go against the Bellboys, so that should be good. So you've enjoyed your fair season then, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I have been more than enjoying it, to be honest. It's like when you were going to school, when you work, you're waiting for the day, the week to end, and it was like, okay, I have just played my game. When will I play the next game?
Yeah.
Come on. It's been 1 hour before the game stopped, before the game ended, but I need to play my second game now. Why don't this week roll faster,
Yeah,
so,
I know. Oh, good.
I have to congratulate everyone in the Blitz team as well for doing it. Because if it wasn't for you guys, we would not have this.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, like I say, we the board do work hard, and we do try and do our best. And like I say, we get our energy when people like yourself come back to us and say, yeah, I'm having a really good time, I like it, I enjoy what you've done, and that makes us feel like it's worth doing what we do. You know, we've got, I think we've got more players wanting to play next season coming up as well, what's pretty good, because a lot of the Blood Bowl leagues are struggling with players. You know, the numbers are dropping, but Blitz has gone up a little bit in players, so we feel that we're probably doing the right thing, or we hope we're doing the right thing and making it fun for everybody. So,
well, it's a bit different from regular Blood Bowl
yeah,
leagues and stuff, and you know, good attitude, good, and when people and coaches having fun, it spreads.
yeah,
You know, people talking about the Blitz, it will spread from one month to another. They will want to try it. So,
yeah, and like I said, we're hoping, like I said, with this new season, obviously adding with player service and the new theme and everything, what will hopefully make it a lot more fun. And obviously with Blitz TV as well, we're hoping that we're basically trying to make every season we do bigger, better, but more fun if we can possibly make that. And I think if people are having fun, that's all what matters. And it's good to know that you're having fun. And obviously you've done well. I can't wait to see what the 760s sound for this season. They've got loads of money, nice stadium. Be interested to see what sponsor they get as well, I guess. But
I hope to be good. And like I said, it's a great community. It's everything that makes great.
yeah, absolutely. Right, well, that's us done then for Under the Microscope this week. Idimarko, a pleasure as always, buddy. I wish you the best of luck in the draft and obviously for next season. I've got a sneaky suspicion you may make the playoffs next season. I don't know if you've seen who's made the playoffs, but if you have, do you have a tip who you think might win it?
Look, I want bragging rights for being the only one cutting points from the poachers.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put all my bank on the poachers.
Yes, I think that's a good pick. I think the poachers under Zerplus will be really hard to beat. So that's a smart pick from a smart coach and a smart GM. And like I said, we will see the 7-6s back next season. And who knows? The faster, the bigger, the stronger. And maybe next season, they will become the Season 10 Blitz champions. Who knows? So, yes, exactly. So that's us done for now. Thanks again for Idimarko for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And thanks for the Blitz public. And we'll now get on with the rest of the show. Right then, guys, it's time for you. As you know, my favourite part of the show. I love it. It's Battle of the Coaches. And this week we have two of our MML Blitz coaches. We have the one and only Shaky Dog. Welcome, Shaky Dog.
Hey there, Bernie.
Now then, are you feeling confident?
Absolutely, I'm always confident.
Good man, that's what I like to hear. And we've got the good looking one as well. I always get jealous of this guy. He's extremely good looking. He's bigger than Beerzo. Just don't tell Beerzo that. It is the Greek god himself, Idimarko. Evening or afternoon, I should say, Idimarko. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Good man, good man. Are you feeling confident? Do you think you can get it done? Do you think you can beat Shaky?
You want my honest answer or my not so honest answer?
Either. You can whichever one says you're gonna win.
I will win no matter what.
There you go. You see, that's what we want. That's what we want. So just in case anybody doesn't know what MML Blitz Battle of the Coaches is, it's quite simple. I just asked them 10 questions regarding MML Blitz. If they don't know the answer, they can go on the PS4s and obviously they can check the leagues, the divisions. All the answers will be in there. They both have a buzzer, and whoever buzzes in first obviously gets to answer it first. If they get it right, they get a point. If they get it wrong, then their opponent gets to have a chance to answer. Obviously, when they do buzz in, I will be chasing for the answer, not like we had with the shenanigans of Gio and Series Jess, especially Gio, who used to buzz in and then try and take 30 seconds to find the answer. You know, he's a dodgy one, that one. And then obviously after the end of at the end of the 10 questions, if they both have the same amount of points, we go into a tiebreaker. We will have a winner. So basically what we need to know then is the buzzers. So we'll go with Idimarko, if you want to press your buzzer to make sure it's working. Well, I can tell you that one. And Shaky Dog, your buzzer, please.
I'll kill you, bitches!
I love it. I love it. There's a
This can
slight.
happen.
I tell you what, though, there's a slight delay on that, Idimarko. I don't know if you realise there's a slight delay, so your buzzer should be quicker. Your buzzer should be quicker, so you've got a chance. Like I said, if you don't know the answer, if you got yourself into MMO Blitz, you can find it in there. That's what they all do, because we always everyone typing and pressing buttons to try and find out what is what. Right then, so here we go then. First question. Name the coach who coaches the Atlantis Sea Vipers.
I'll kill you, bitches!
Ooh! Buzzing it twice to make you go quicker. Yeah, I think Shaky Dog was there first. Who is the coach's name, please?
That is Ariel Blue Sun.
You smart devil. I was just saying.
Played with myself this season, so.
You did, didn't you? I don't know. So 1-0 already. It did, yes. I must admit, some of these questions were for a few weeks ago. I did change them slightly, but, you know, some of them are going to be very similar. Although, he was pretty quick. He was only just behind you. Right, question 2. Which coach pretends to have an Alma personality? Ooh, and that time it was Idimarko. Who is it?
I will go for Overkill.
You are absolutely right. Overkill, obviously trying to embrace the new MML Pro champion Alma's confidence and arrogance and swagger. So good to see. See, you've got one on Idimarko.
We have to tell him that it don't suit him though.
Yeah, I know. But, you know.
He needs to learn to back up his chat.
Did you beat him, Shaky? Did you beat him in the?
Yeah, I bet him.
Yeah, I thought you did. There you go. Right. So there you go. At least both of you got at least 1 point, right? Okay, so this could be a close one. Question 3. Which team ended up with more points in the season? Oh, hang on. I ain't giving you the teams yet. It's between 3 teams.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
So right, okay. Where are I? I've lost myself now. Right. Which team has the most points this season out of the Necro Police, Necroleptics as I call them, the Drunktopia Winners, or Gulf Coast Chaos? Which one of them teams had the most points this season? Who got the most points this season? This is where check-in would help.
Yeah, what did you say?
Oh, Shaky, which one?
Winners, I think.
You are wrong.
Boo.
So you've got a choice now. I'll give you 10 seconds to decide. Necro Police, Gulf Coast Chaos. Who ended up with the most points for the season? Out of the seven rounds.
Is it my turn to answer that?
It is, yes, it is.
I will go for Necropolis.
And you are wrong.
Oh. Wrong.
It was a trick question. None of them, they all had the same amount of points. They all had 10 points each. Oh, I know, that's the first time I've ever done that. I feel filthy.
Ah, sneaky.
It was sneaky. It was, I'm sorry. I just had to put that in there, you know. What can I say? I'm going to go to hell. Okay, so it's still 1-1, so that's cool. That's cool. Which franchise has the lowest TV in Blitz as it stands, not including learners or players missing? So which franchise ended up with the lowest TV after all 7 rounds? Ooh, go on, Idimarko.
I will go for my friend Dragoon.
And the name of the team?
The name of the team is the Beerz.
Do we give him that one, Shaky? Because it's not just called the Bears, is it?
Nah, it's Badland Beerz.
Give it to him.
Badland Bears. Go
I'll
on.
catch up.
Like your confidence. You are correct. 880 points they ended up with. I mean, do you think we should let him have that bear? I don't think no one should let him have that bear. Everything where he touches seems to die. That bear needs to go to a nice place like the Poachers or something like that.
We should ask the bear if he wants to go to the franchise, not...
That's just going mad.
So it's 2-1. So, hey, Idimarko, you're doing alright here, mate. You're doing alright. Right, next question. How many teams went the regular season undefeated? Didn't lose a game. How many teams? Crikey, that was quick.
I say 2 teams.
You are wrong. Shaky Dog. I'm going to have to rush you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need an answer. You're so close. It was 4. It was 4 teams. You're so close. This is getting... Talk about getting close. This is getting very close. Okay, next question. Which team has a badge of a green frog?
I think I know that.
Oh, well, Idimarko's in first.
Yeah, they. Now I need to remember back how it's
5,
called.
4, 3,
I
2.
messed up. I didn't need the badge.
Okay, shaky dog.
It's not what I thought it was.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Geo's team, the Flying Pebbles.
You are wrong. It's actually the Badland. It's the Badland Rejects.
Oh, Doomfrog's team.
Oh, I think you two guys are making this really tense and close. Right, okay. Which team has the motto, drink, run, win? So that's the motto they put in the thingy on the team.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Just pick a team. Just have a guess.
Drink, run,
win. The clue. Oh, here we go. Go on.
The winners?
No, it's not the winners. I was going to say the motto. There is a bit of a clue in there. Drink, run, win. Although the winners, yeah, I get that.
That's what I thought the win was.
Yeah, it's not. No, unfortunately. Do you want to just guess on a team? Just pick a team.
I'm gonna say the Timberwolves just because Bears. They are green.
Oh, that's nice. No, it's not. It's the Hanover Hangovers. Drink.
Yeah.
You see?
I get it.
Oh, very good. Right, okay. Oh god, this is tense now. Which player? I hope this hasn't changed since I last looked. Which player costs more? Dodge Viper, Give Me That Twinkie, or Red Creek Fair? You can just have a guess if you want. It's one of them 3. Go on.
Red Creek Fair.
You are correct, it is Red Creek Fair. He is 270k, the big tree. Dodge Viper's worth 230k, and Give Me That Twinkie's only worth 190k. Bless him. So Shaky gets it back. Oh my god, this is getting close. So how much? Oh, we are very... Are we tying now? 1-1?
I think so.
Yeah, 2-1. 1-1-1. 2... Yeah, 2-2. Wow, okay. Whew, because that one was wrong. Right, okay, then, so over we go. We have 2 left. 2 questions left. And it's 2-2. Okay. Who GMs the Mystic Fall Timberwolves?
I'll kill you, bitches!
Who is the GM?
It's you, Bernie.
Oh, I was hoping someone was going to say Bezo. That's why I did that. I thought someone was going to say Bezo. You are correct, Shaky. It's 3-2 Shaky. So that means, Idimarko, no pressure on you, but to take it to overtime, you've got to get this next one right. It's the final question. How many teams in MML Blitz in Season 9 begins with the letter B? That's B for Bravo. How many teams?
How many teams?
Who's gonna get it first? If Shaky gets this, he is our Battle of Coaches champ for the week. But if Idimarko gets it, we are having sudden death. Someone will get this right. It's just a case of this to take it to overtime. How many?
5, I think.
I don't have 5. That is not correct. How many do you think it is, Shaky?
4, I think.
It is 4. You are correct. It is 4, and we have a champion. Shaky Dog said he was going to win it, and he proved. He proved to us. And now we found out that Idimarko was lying to us. He didn't tell us the truth. He was lying to us when he said he was going to win it. That filthy hobbit. But great. I mean, that was great. That was great. We went down to the wire. That's what we want to see. None of this backstabbing like geohackers did to Serious Jest. All good fun. So yeah, if anybody wants to go on Battle of Coaches, please let me know and get you on here. Because obviously we all quite clearly know this is a lot bigger than winning that silly Blitz trophy. It's all about the bragging.
Like a special badge or something.
I don't know, mate. I don't know what you get. I think Beerz was giving out mansions to the winners and stuff. He's got plenty of them. Go and get one off him. He'll be fine. But yeah, thanks to Shaky Dog, and obviously thanks to Idimarko, and that is. Right then, so we come to the end of the show, and as promised, I have some news, some season 10 spoilers, or what's going to be happening next season. Now, I will stress this now, although these, how can I put it, these things will come out via Beerz and NTB and everyone in the next day or two. What I say now could possibly change. Probably not likely to, but it may change. So, you know, don't hold me to this. As with all rumours, they're just rumours, or are they? Anyway, let's get on with it then. I'll try and tell you a few things, what I can tell you. Right, so, Season 10, there is a new theme. And the new theme is Monster Bash. Right, what is Monster Bash, you may say? Well, basically, this season, all the big guys, for whatever reason, all these big guys have come to Blitz. They've come from all walks of life. They've come from the Chaos Wastes, the Eye of the Terror. The Papa Nagel certainly trying to get a Blitz title. He's very displeased with Beerz. Very. First of all, he hasn't won it, and two, what's this? All these chaos, no Nagel. You know, Papa Nagel knows you've got to go Nagel if you want to win Blitz. So all these big guys are coming on. So what I've decided to do here, you know, obviously, if you don't like this, blame me because this was my idea. Is we're going to get all these big guys in. Now, what is a big guy? Well, a big guy will count if his natural strength is 5. So a vampire at strength 5 will not count. Star players, celebrities, you know, the star players, they don't count. So before someone says to me, well, count Luther strength 5, does that count? No. It's, you know, basically any big guy what starts with strength 5. A death roller is going to be counted as a big guy. Tomb Guardians and Mummies will count because they're strength 5. Trolls, Yetis, Croxigo, Bears, you know, all the normal standard big guys, Manos. Anything with a natural stat line of strength 5 or above will count. So, for instance, you have a Rat Ogre. He's strength 7, but he would count because his stat line was 5 before he got his skills. So, you know, and basically, every team will have to have at least one big guy. Have to. Even if you take just a standard, brand new, level 1 big guy, then you know, so be it. Every union can take big guys. As I've been dropping down in Discord, I've been putting quite a few of the level 7 legendary big guys I've been creating. As you can see, a lot of them are quite like funny, crazy ones. I think we've got an agility 4 leaping Mano. We've got a leaping Beast of Nagel. We've got some 1-turning Croxigos and Bears and various stuff. All crazy stuff. Now, a lot of you is going to say, well, I don't really like big guys. And I would be there. Big guys always seem to let me down, you know? Why would I take big guys? Or what's the big deal about Monster Bash? You know, what is the possible reason for me to take a big guy? Right, well, there is many things, and this is where I might get in trouble. I think this is, as I'm going to say this, I'm almost certain this is 100% concrete. You can take as many big guys as you want. Now, the first 3 big guys you take will get 20% of their salary paid for, and that's going to be the 3 most expensive big guys. So if you bought 4, the most 3 expensive ones, they'd get their salary, their 20% of the salary paid for. So if it costs 200k, it will only cost you 160k. So straight off the bat, that is a beautiful incentive. Also, each big guy, and it's capped at 3. You can have more than 3 big guys, but the first 3 big guys will get monster loot. Now, monster loot, how can I explain this? It's something like, I suppose, a roll on the celebrity table, if that makes sense. And basically what it is your monster comes to your team, you know, and obviously you've signed him, and there's various things he can give you. For instance, he could give you a bit of cash to say thank you. It could bring along some cheerleaders. What would be very good in one of the play services coming up. You know, and there's various other things. I don't really want to tell you them all. There's another one that gives you one of them's a movie star, so it gives you an extra 5 fan factor, and again with new things coming out for the new season, that would be big as well. There's various things. There's 12 of them. Only one of them 12 is negative, and when I say negative, it basically means you get nothing. So there's nothing what can hurt you. So let's recap. Big guy, the first 3 big guys you get 20% off the salaries of each big guy. You also will get a roll on a monster loot for 3 of your big guys. Yeah? Bear in mind, you only have to take 1, but, you know, people might take more than 1. Right. And if that wasn't good enough, and that is pretty good, 20% off, you get some loot what could give you money or give you things what will have perfect synergy with other things going on for Season 10. And you're thinking, wow, I've got to get myself some big guys. They're going to make myself some money. Well, guess what? They can make you even more money. Yep, more money. This season, for every touchdown your big guy scores, you will receive 25k. Beautiful. 25k for every touchdown he scores. And if he scores a hat-trick, that's basically 3 touchdowns in 1 game, he will get a 25k bonus. So he will earn 100,000. 100,000 for that game for his team. So now all of a sudden, ball scoring Bears, ball scoring Crocs or whatever, all of a sudden these big guys are now becoming really tempting. Yeah? But it's not all about scoring them touchdowns. For every completed pass your big guy does, he will receive 10k. So for instance, you've got, I don't know, what we got. We've got a passing bear. If he passes it, could be to Wood Elf, Agility 5, whatever, catcher or whatever, and he completes that pass, he will get 10k. So, you know, even on turn 8, I'll try and find myself some money. You know, or whatever. Obviously, if you're really smart, a bear could pass it to a man or catching big guy. And for every catch your big guy gets, he will get 10k as well. So pass from a big bear, caught by a catching man or whatever, that's 20k. Thanks very much. Obviously they have to catch it. If they fumble it, drop it, don't count. If the pass is not complete, don't count either. Now obviously in the game, your stats of the player, what can I say, how can I put this clearly? So obviously when you go into your play, you click on it and you look at your stats and it tells you how many passes he's done, how many catches he's done, and how many touchdowns he's done. So they can make an absolute ton of money, especially ball scoring ones. Now there is one negative. If your big guy dies or you sack him or put him on injured reserve, you will not receive any of that cash he has earned you. Sadly, if he's dead, well, that's it, he's dead. And the reason we've done that, and I didn't want to put this in, is, you know, we've got to track all these. I can't be, you know, if your guy dies in week 4, I can't go back and see how much he's done. It's almost impossible. Touchdowns, maybe, passes, not so. So unfortunately, you know, if he goes on injured reserve, or he goes and decides to kill himself, the selfish devil, or gets killed, you will not receive any of the cash he's earned. But if they survive the season, you know, you can make a lot of money. Like I said, some of these big guys we've got coming up. I mean, Bravo the Bear. The only reason I remember him is because bloody Dragoon goes on about him. If he scores, I don't know, 6 touchdowns in one season, what is definitely doable with a guy like that, that's 150 grand. And if he scores 3 touchdowns in one game, that's 100k. You know? So, let me recap it for you. Every team must... there's something else as well, sorry. The other rule is as well, obviously, captain my captain. Obviously, what's very famous, where if your captain plays every drive humanly possible, and he lives to see the end of the season, that means of the 7 weeks, you get 50k. Well, this season for Monster Bash, a big guy has to be the captain. So it doesn't have to be your highest SPP monster, but one monster has to be the captain this season to go with the theme. So if you only have the one monster, and even if he's level 1, it doesn't matter, he has to be the captain. So there is that as well. So let me go through the recap then, just to make it quite clear, because I know I can ramble. I'm trying to remember this all off the top of my head. Monster Bash is a new theme. One monster must be your captain. Up to your first 3 big guys, if you have more than 3 big guys, will receive 20% of their salary paid for this season only. Next season, if you keep them, you have to be paid at full whack. So if you have 4 players, 3 of them you'll get 20% discount off them, but the 4th one would pay the full salary. That's just to try and make it a bit more fair on everyone, because some unions can take a lot more big guys than others, so we thought that. And like I say, 3 of your monsters, if you have 3 monsters, they can have a role on the monster loot table. Like I said, it's on it's 2d6. If you roll double 1, basically it's I am the gift. It comes and says, look, you should be happy that you've got me. I'm not giving you anything else. But every other dice roll gives you something, and there's some good ones on there as well. Including, I think one of them gives you, he just loves to score. So for instance, you get plus 25. So plus 25, plus the 25 you get normally. If you roll that on one of your big guys, you could get 50k per touchdown. And you would get a 50k bonus. So if you roll that monster loot pack and you score a hat trick, you'd get 200k. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, so I'm going blabbing on about here a bit, aren't I? So big guy captain. The first 3 big guys, if you take 3 big guys, will get 20% off their salaries each. First 3 get monster loot as well, so you get 3 rolls on that. The scoring table, what can earn you cash. Each touchdown your big guy scores will be 25k. Every complete pass they do will be 10k each. So if he does 3 passes in the game completed, he'll earn 30k. Each catch your big guy takes will get 10k. So if he catches 4 passes in a game, he'll get 40k. And at the end of the season, as long as they live and they're still on the roster and they haven't got an injured reserve, you will get paid out for each one of them. So the more big guys you've got, the more potential you have of making money. But obviously, if they die or they got in your reserve, you get none of the cash event fee that season. Unfortunately, so that's your risk reward. Also, the other risk reward as well is obviously, you don't have to use, apart from the one big guy. If you're more bothered about winning and you want to win the title or you want to make the players, you're like, you know what, Bernie, I just don't trust these big guys. You can do. There's no problem with that. But obviously, don't come crying to me when the other guys with the big guys are having so much fun and making so much money. One thing we've looked at, what we looked at, and what I've tried to stress to the board and tried to stress to other people, obviously because I do, deal with free agency, is there's always going to be a place for kill players, yeah? You've got to have kill players. But one thing I'm trying to get away from is mass kill, and obviously, maybe 2-3 claw pieces, I think is fine if you can take them, but, I don't want to be seeing 5-6, because it's no fun for everyone. Blitz is supposed to be fun. The other thing, obviously, I'm trying to get rid of as well is one-turners, because there's nothing much frustrating, as I've seen in a few games over the seasons, is is certain coaches are hiding and running away, letting the other team score, not even attempting to stop them, and then try and score 10-8, 10-16. That's not fun for the coach you're playing against, and it's just not fun and isn't what Blitz is all about. Free agency, I don't think, apart from big guys, will not have anything else created apart from scout reports. You all know what scout reports are. This is the last season scout reports. That'll be changed to the ranch. I'm not going to go on about that. I just really want to go on about the theme of obviously the season coming up. What else can I tell my loyal Blitz TV followers? There's going to be something happening with the new tax rules as well. It just makes it better. I think basically what it stops is people, although I don't think it'll happen ever again, but you never know. It stops people like getting 3,000 TV teams and not paying tax until the season after. So, for instance, I think Fox is leaving because obviously he's got a new house and everything, so I wish him well with that. But he's obviously got 3,000 TV team, but he doesn't pay tax till next season. But he's not going to be here next season. Now, obviously, that obviously money, that tax bill will be there if he ever comes back, and he'll have to pay it. If you know, but it defies the point. If he'd have to pay that tax before the start of the season, then obviously he wouldn't have had the 3,000 team, and it'd been a bit more fair to everybody else, I guess. So there's going to be new definition on tax rules, and obviously NTB will go on to that. NTB's a smart one, you know. He's going to make all nice and clean and presentable and grammar proof and all that, so it's easy to read, hopefully. So we'll be getting that. What else can I tell you? I'm going to get shot telling you all this stuff. You do know that, don't you? I just thought, you know what? You guys have waited ages for a Blitz TV show, so let's spoil you. What else can I tell you? Right, okay. There's going to be two. I don't really know what to call it. There's going to be like two play services. One is Mutation Nation, created by a mad scientist rumored to be antivirus. I don't know. And there's also going to be like another like team service called a youth service. Now it's really hard for me to explain to you. I don't want to go in depth about it, but basically what it is you pay 150k. In fact, I'll tell you about the Mutation Nation because it's just a bit easy to explain. You pay 150k start, so and then every season you pay an extra 50k on top. And what happens is you get a player each season. Now it's all randomized. So for instance, Mutation Nation is all mutation skills. You can pay extra to get a block or wrestle, but everything else is mutation rolls. And what we basically do, we roll randomly on a dice or whatever, and we pick. So we'll roll for positional. Oh look, it's a gutter runner. Then we roll a d6 plus 1 for the level it'll be. Oh look, I've rolled a 4, so that's it. So that's plus 1. Oh, it's a level 5. And then what we do, we'd roll a dice 4 times, and you get them skills. And then in the first season, you'd get 30% discount off on the Mutation Nation one. I think it's 50k off on the other one. And then the following season and following seasons after that, you'll always get 20% off. The problem is this could be completely random. It could even just be a level 2, it could be a level 3, you could get lucky, you could get a legend. There is bonuses you can pay for. You can pay extra to decide which positional it is. You can pay extra to get a plus 1 to the dice roll, so it'd be plus 2. So more chance of getting a level 7. Pay extra to get block or wrestle. That is the only skill they'll be able to get apart from mutations. And then you can get one each season, and like I say, you get a nice discount, 30% off. But it is totally random, and you have to take the player. So if you get skills, you think, oh my god, this player is awful. Sorry, you've got to take him. You can dump him next season. They don't count towards the 5 for the first season, but obviously if the following season they would count towards the 5. Now, the good thing about these, apart from you get some really fun creations, is you're getting a discount again. So, you got a 30% discount. So if you get a decent player, and he's 200k, crikey, man, you're getting 60k discount. So obviously it's only 140k. And even the season after, you're still getting 20% off. So, that's 40k off, isn't it? So 140k the first season, 160k the second season. Pretty good. The other one basically is for non-mutation players, and basically it's sort of similar thing. Randomly roll to see what positional. And to my knowledge, it can't be a Lano, so it won't be a Lano. And then obviously, but then you roll, I think, randomly for whatever to see if they're going to take general skills, agility skills, and it's roll randomly. Everything's randomly in a game. You'd have to take it. And the rumor is you get 50k off each salary for that. But again, these things might change slightly. But they're some of the player services. The Bank of Altdorf coming back as well. Old guys, veterans will know about that. So that's basically, say for instance, I've got 2 million and I spend 1.8 million and I've got 200k left. Instead of it just being dead money, I can invest that in Bank of Altdorf, and then I'll get a percentage on interest. So say for instance, I don't know, I put 200k in and it's 30% interest. End of the season, I'll have earned 60k of interest. Yeah? So that's coming back. I'm quite happy about that. Like I said, some of these things I am spitballing roughly on, so don't hold me totally to that. Goblin Gambling. So Goblin Gambling, to my knowledge, has never ever been taken by anyone as a sponsor. I didn't like how it was when I came on board on the board. We tweaked it to make it a bit more what we thought better, but again, nobody took it. Now, the problem I have with Goblin Gambling, I think, as a level 4, you know, it's at the wrong. It's just wrong. It shouldn't be a level 4. So what we're doing with Goblin Gambling, we are putting it down to a tier 1 sponsor, so anybody can take it, and also it has the potential to give you a lot more cash than any other tier 1. And if you play your cards right, there's a good chance you can make more than a tier 3 sponsor. Because I think what it is, I think if off the top of my head, you have to score. I think you have to earn more 9 points or more during the season. That's the regular season, not playoffs. And you get paid 275k if you do, and you get 25k for every win on top of that in the season. So if you win 4 games, that's 100k plus the 275k. That's 375k. The bad news is if you don't get more 9 points or more, you get nothing. So I think that change is going to make Goblin Gambling a lot more popular. And I'm pretty confident someone will take it this season, because it's a no-brainer. It can make, especially new teams with little money, a big chance of making money. So look out for that. There is going to be a new level 4 sponsor. I'm not going to reveal that. But again, it's another one what can make you money. Also, level 4 sponsorships are going up to 500,000 each. I think they're around about 400k at the moment. They're going up to 500,000. The reason for this is that, you know, it costs you, I think, something like 550,000, I think, to go from a level 3 stadium upgrade to a level 4. It's a lot of thingy. And one thing we've found and listened to some of the community is the payout isn't big enough. You know, level 3, level 4. There's sometimes like, I think it's like what, 50k, 100k maximum difference in payouts. Is it worth it? A lot of people don't think it is. So we're going to top that up to 500,000. There is going to be a new sponsor at level 4, but I'm not going to reveal that. We've got to keep something there. So, you know, that's something else what's going on. Like I said, the ranch, obviously Beerz already got on about that, so I'm not going to go on about that at all. Popcorn has obviously been changed, so now Popcorn will now have a maximum of 250k in returns, but has had the hard cap removed now. The medical services, the personal trainer services, they're going to be still there. There's a new play service to do with cheerleaders, what I love. That was Dragoon's idea. That is a really nice one. That can make a lot of money as well. Well, I'll say a lot of money, can make you a decent amount of money, depending on how much you want to invest in there. And there's also a rumour that you can pay a goblin to infiltrate a rival team and try and find out what sponsor they're taking. So, spying on other franchises to see what sponsors they get, so you know that you've got a better chance of picking a sponsor than nobody else has to pick up 400k. Scandalous! Scandalous! But again, it offers another way to try and get an edge against all the other GMs. But again, we'll explain on that as well. I'm sure there might be another couple of things I have forgotten about. But as you can see, we're doing our best to make it fun and give you goals through the season and targets and various other things. So even if you're not in the playoffs, so you know you've had a bit of a bad season, as we all can have, and the playoffs have gone, at least you think, oh, actually, I've still got these big guys. If I can score a few touchdowns, throw a few balls, and do this, I can make myself some money. So. We looked at other things like, bumping up the 1.4 million and stuff like that. But I think this way, it challenges a GM to think, well, this is how much money I've got. Look, I've only got like 2 million. Now, if I go for this cheerleader thing, that can make me some money. But if I go for this, it can make me some money. If I do this. But then I need a good quality squad as well, and what sponsor's going to go with that? And it's just challenging the GM. Like I say, it's all pretty straightforward, and that's something we've strived on to make it, as easy as possible, as well as having tactical depth in there, if that makes sense. So that's what you're getting from me. I'm probably going to get hung up and shot by the rest of the board. But stay tuned, because this will now start getting released. Maybe even today or tomorrow. Tomorrow would be the 17th. So there you go. I don't think there's anything else for me to say, apart from obviously next season it will be, each episode will be fortnightly. We'll obviously have precaps for the new season and various other things. And yeah, that's me done. So like I say, let me know. One thing I will stress is, obviously I've given you all this information. I would say 99% of this is bang on the money. But please, if you are one of these guys who obviously are guys or girls who've listened to the show and thought, oh wow, this is awesome, awesome, please don't bombard us with questions in Blitz chat. I mean, if you love it and you want to hype it up and say, wow, I'm going to get this bear, or wow, I think this is awesome, or whatever, or by all means do that, but please don't start asking, oh, well, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? We love answering questions, but obviously this information is not out yet. Soon as it is out, it'll be explained. Okay, so I'm giving you a solid here, saying, look, if you listen to this show today, you're probably going to get information other people haven't got, but please do not bug the board members asking rules, because we're quite busy trying to get it all sorted. Yeah. So anyway, that's me done then. Thanks for watching this episode of Blitz TV. I'm hoping we'll have a short Blitz TV episode regarding the semi-finals of the playoffs, and then obviously the final. But yeah, it's been a great season. I think we've got 30 franchises coming back. Now, if you do know anybody else who wants to play Blitz, they don't have to be from the MML. Like I say, they could come from Blood and Tears, or come from the Champions Ladder, or new guys to PS4 and Blood Bowl. They're all more than welcome, but we are running out of time to get them registered. So if you know anybody, please do. I know Zerplus was sort of trying to get some of his German friends. So come on, Zerplus, where's your German coaches? Get them on. We would have liked to have had 32, because then that would have given us like 4 divisions. That was our target, but I think we're probably going to be looking at 30, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I'm rambling on, aren't I? I keep rambling on. Anyway, let us know what you think of these new changes for Season 10. Do you like them? Don't like them? But one thing's for sure, these big guys, it says Season of the Big Guys, and these big guys can make you money. Money, 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 dollar, dollar. See you guys. Take care. Have fun.